Good morning, South Africa. Welcome to yet another amazing, fantastic episode with us today at Vooka Breakfast Show. Now, I hope you guys are all feeling beautiful and barring rise and shine. Bona le letsatsi le tsile ka montle la shine ibile la benya. Ke solofela gore le siame ibile nentse le lo robetse ga monate ba thoma modimo bone ba Africa ba borwa ba ka ba bantle. You're still here with your host with the most, Afri Berry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the dark of the berry, they're sweeter than Dun. But I'm not alone. I'm also here with my other beautiful, handsome co-host, Mokezi. How are you doing, sir?
Man, Afri, good morning. By the way, beautiful and handsome, man, they do complement each other. So feel free to call me beautiful anytime. A very good morning to you, man. It's a Thursday morning. And for a lot of people, Thursdays are for Thursday throwbacks, right? For us, it's just 2 days before we get into the weekend because we are looking so much into going into the weekend. So how are you doing this morning, man?
I am actually doing fantastic. I also did a bit of a throwback of mine today. I decided to wear my grandmother's old pants and my grandmother's old shirt. I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a proper throwback with some proper retro vintage. What about you, though?
Definitely. I can see the throwback right there in your outfit, and I would like to compliment that and say you look really, really beautiful. But you know that we've got more in the show as we begin with our picture of the day. I think a lot of people right now, if you're watching, you can see what's behind me, and you're asking yourself, Mo, what is that picture? Let me just move a bit so that I can, give you the picture of the tunnel. So a lot of you asking yourself, what is that picture behind me? So this is a Sterkfontein Cave, located and found in the cradle of humankind in Gauteng. We know that it is renowned for the fossil fuels and the bones that are found there. If you are Mrs. Bones and Mr. Bones, you are more than welcome to go and visit the cradle of humankind. And by the way, including the famous Mrs. Place and the little foot skeletons, that is where those bones were found, in the cradle of humankind. And I have some things to do, the to-do list for you guys right there if you are watching. So you might be asking yourself, what should I do when I visit the cradle of humankind, the Sterkfontein Caves, right? So we have your guided tours. So your guided tours, you explore the caves with knowledgeable guides who provide a fascinating insight into the site's history and discoveries. Also, there's a Maropeng Visitor Center. Visit the nearby Maropeng Visitor Center for interactive exhibits on human evolution. There's fossil excavation site where you can view the ongoing excavation site where the new discoveries are still being made. So there's still new discoveries that are being made. So do make sure that you go there and go find out what are the recent findouts that they have made. There's also your nature walks. Enjoy scenic walks in the surrounding area, which is home to diverse flora and fauna. And also there is dining. Relax and dine on-site restaurant offering a variety of meals and refreshments. So a lot of you, when you hear Sterkfontein, something comes to mind. So I just want to ask you, Africa, right there, do you know Sterkfontein Hospital?
I've heard of it. I know it's like a mental institution. I just don't know if it's still open at this moment, because I remember when it came out, the whole debacle and scandal about mental hospitals in South Africa and how they were treating their patients. It was actually on one of that list. So I don't know if it's still operational or it's still open, but yes, I have heard of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's near the Sterkfontein Caves. So if you feel a little bit just go there, and ask for assistance. They will give you all, the mental health guide and tips on how to, just become very good with your mental health. So the Sterkfontein Hospital is a large specialized psychiatric hospital located near Krugersdorp, South Africa. It provides comprehensive mental health services, including inpatient and outpatient care. So that is all from the picture of the day. I hope you guys got that information and you will share it with your loved ones right there at home. Afri Berry, Please tell us, what do we have for today?
So for today, as everybody knows, we're all about alignment, knowing how to align your spiritual self with your outer being. So we'll be having a guest today who's also going to be talking us through the journey about alignment. What is alignment? How to align yourself, just like on the previous week when you also had Koko Mahlodi. And then we're also going to be discussing your rights, how important it is to know each and every single right that you have as a person, and most importantly, the big responsibility that comes with your right. As much as we will all say that, yes, I have a right to education and a right to do this and that, but you must also know that each right carries its own responsibility, and it is also up to you out there to also be responsible and carry those responsibilities like you're wearing them on your shoulder, right? So, but before we go into our topics of today and talk about spiritual alignment and knowing your rights, we're going to head over to Moeketsi with the news headlines, sport update, and of course, traffic.
A very good morning, Mzanti. My name is Mwikiti Maimane, and these are your first morning headlines. On the first one, Santaco worried about the excessive force used on taxi driver. The South African National Taxi Council, Santaco, in the Western Cape has raised concerns over what it sees as growing trends of excessive force used by law enforcement on its drivers, often without provocation. Spokesperson Mandla Hermarnas commented on a video of a Metro Police officer wrestling with a minibus taxi driver in Cape Town, urging drivers to comply with authorities. Safety and Security MMC JP Smith defended the officer's actions, stating police have the right to use necessary force. Santaco insists there is no justification for excessive force against the drivers. On the second headline, alleged kingpin arrested in Johannesburg CBD raid. The law enforcement official, including the SAPS, JMPD, Home Affairs and Immigration, conducted Operation Nomaganjani Manje Namhlanje in Johannesburg's inner city. They raided a suspected drug kingpin, fled and found drugs. The operation also targeted Noord taxi rank and Hillbrook. Former MMC David Tembe confirmed the raid, despite allegation of a suspect being mishandled. MMC for Community and Safety Mgcini Chwaku denied these claims. On the last headline, 6 EMPD officers arrested for alleged extortion. 6 Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department officers have been arrested for alleged extortion to the tune of 120,000 rands. The matter dates back to March 2024. It's alleged that the officers extorted the money from a Congolese national who was in the country doing business. The officers allegedly ransacked his home after holding him 4 hours. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more news, updates, and analysis throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now, let us take a short break and I give you your traffic update.
Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes. Wow!
Alright, your latest traffic. Stationary vehicle in Pretoria N1 southbound Danny Jubet Freeway after the on-ramp to Atterbury Road used the emergency lane with caution. The stationary vehicle on Naturena on N1 southbound before the on-ramp to Golden Highway R553. The emergency lane is closed. There's a stationary vehicle on N1 southbound Danny Jubet four-way after the ramp from Botha Avenue M18 ramp from Botha Avenue M18, the shoulder is closed. Expect traffic disruption in Braamfontein around the Metro Center due to an event hosting President Cyril Ramaphosa and his cabinet members. Affected streets include Harrison Street, Jorrison Street, Risick Street, and heavy traffic in the Johannesburg on M1 northbound before the on-ramp to Jan Smith's Avenue due to the accident. Use the emergency lane with a caution. That's all for now. Right now, what we're going to do is to take a short break, and do make sure that you stay with us as we're going to have guests in the show to give you and bring you the Thursday feeling right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Vooka Breakfast Show. We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Sandton. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my plan. CC Shabanana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manene Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people. Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.
sir.
Asante at least.
All right, 17 minutes past 7, and you're now watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic start of the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg is Soweto. Thursdays for Throwback Thursdays, Tell me, what is it that you feel like throwing back to? Because a lot of people have so much throwbacks, man. Speaking of music, speaking of memories, speaking of the things that have happened in their lifetime, because right here in South Africa, what we call Throwback Thursday, it's a cultural thing that is, deep in our hearts. So what I want to do today is just let you know that anything that is of throwback, you're more than welcome to throw it at us. The hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. It's Vooka Breakfast Show on YouTube and each and every social media platform. We are Vooka Breakfast Show. So please do make sure that you comment down below. You stay tuned for more. Afterberry, good morning once again. And how are you doing, man? How are you?
Good morning, Mo. I'm doing fantastic.
Can you please switch on your mic? I can see you trying to trick me.
I actually didn't realize it was off.
Yeah.
Because says go try to ready, steady, go.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? So I'm gonna grab this mic and just go. Can't do make it. Hello.
Yeah.
No, but good morning, Mo. How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's quarter to weekend. One thing I can't wait for is the weekend, right? Because for us, the weekend is culture, man. The weekend is known to chill with the guys, surround yourself with the people that are close to you, have, moments that you can, reminisce about, because that's what I like about weekend, man. After a long week of work, man, a long week of engaging with beautiful people right here on our social media platform. So that's how I'm feeling. I also want to know how you're feeling on this beautiful Thursday. Are you looking forward to the weekend? Because I can't be the only one who is looking forward to the weekend, guys. Come on. What about you, man?
So like you said, ke quarter to weekend. So what I'm looking for, I don't even know what my Saturday looks like or what my Friday looks like.
Okay.
I just know what my Sunday looks like.
Okay.
And
Tell
then
me more.
the rest will just have to catch up with me Sunday.
Yeah.
What
kind of out? Are you going out on a date?
Oh my gosh, no.
What is it? Pela outing, guys. There's
I don't
different
ever.
outings.
No, this is more of like a possible business discussion. Yeah, so hopefully, if it all works out, Vooka.
Yeah. Definitely. We are with you, man. We are with you all the way. So on YouTube, I have Refilo Rasekhanzo, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag locking in. I'm with you guys, even though I'm stuck in traffic. Yeah, man. We hope that you stay safe in traffic, because traffic can become, a little bit tiring and a little bit stressful. So when I just make sure that you pay attention to where you are going, do not cause any disruptions on the traffic, because people, they wake up on the left side. You never know how people woke up. So that's what I want to know from you guys. Now you can see I'm ready, I'm energetic. I want to bring you the best of the best, man. We're looking forward to today's show. As in the morning, everyone, when they wake up hungry. But now, what am I hungry to? I am hungry for the information that our guests are going to bring right here. We have a prophet in the Sangoma, Nhlakanipho, and Usisi Noxolo, who is a health and fitness expert, who will be joining us right here in the studio on our health and fitness, segment. And we also have a spiritual alignment. We know that a lot of people practice their spirituality on a Thursday morning or Thursday as a whole, the whole day. So do make sure that you stay with us as we're going to unpack more. Today is all about spiritual alignment. It's also about your health, right? So we are going to be looking forward to that. So let me just take you through my schedule on what is looking like. When it comes to your Today in History, we have something for you. Are you ready for the word of the day? Well, let me say, what will be your word of the day, Nanje, in general? Describing this Thursday morning.
Supermarketophias.
Granted.
Supermarketophias. That's one word I've been using since primary. And if I'm correct, I think I had that word once upon a time on Yo TV when you still had the big breakfast. So everything is just supermarketophias, right?
Supermarketophias. Yeah, you'll let us know nje shortly, Hore, what does that mean? Because I am also lost. I've heard about supermarketophias. Say, it's weird that we wake up into, man. I mean, yes, I would certainly wake up and ask myself, what does supermarket
Magodocious mean, right? Yeah. So still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show as we begin with your news headline. And out of those headlines, there's an headline that was interesting, what seemingly to be interesting for us to cover right here. So what I'm going to do is just to go through what, the headline was, because it was the first headline, which is Santaco. The law enforcement must do more to curb the taxi violence. We know a lot of people are the victims of taxi violence and what is happening within the taxi violence, right? So the law enforcement are taking it into their consideration that this violence needs to stop. The ongoing taxi violence needs to stop, because also the commuters, they have problems with the taxi violence. A lot of people are losing their lives. This comes after, a University of Johannesburg was shot in Braamfontein. So it's things like this that we need to look out for. Have you ever found yourself, or have you seen taxi violence breaking out in the street?
MTN taxi rank. I went there to go catch a taxi. So I have like this little tradition. Before I even catch a taxi at MTN, I first sit down, converse with like some of the queue marshals I know, some of the taxi drivers, and some of the guys that actually sell there. While we were sitting down and conversing, what bullets? Shots fired. Boo, boo, boo. We're all shocked now. It's what's happening? So I'm standing there, and they're all like, why are you not running? Like, the shots are coming all the way from there. They're not getting closer. So, like, if I run, I probably might land into the person who's shooting. So it's better for me to stay where I am at this moment, wait for the gunshots to settle down, then move. Yeah. Only to find out that later on, the person they shot didn't even, did not pass away, thank God. But he had one of the bullets that actually pierced his rib cage. So breathing was a problem.
For the person.
For that person. And then a friend of mine also talked about an incident that happened in End Street. There's like a Caltos garage at End Street on Bree Street. Yeah. So what happened is that these people came there to fill up the taxi, and then one of them was chillaxing in the car. And then two of the taxi drivers end up fighting, fist to fist. While they were fighting fist to fist, the other one pulled a gun, shot that person. That person died. They didn't know that there was somebody in the car. I pulled up with a shotgun. Where do people even find shotguns in South Africa?
Hey, man, things happen, man.
I was even pulled a shotgun, literally started firing. Yeah. When the police came, he was still even firing at the police. Because the person who got killed is his brother.
Yeah, that's where the problem is, because a lot of taxi officials, they have worked with police, to buy these illegal firearms, to use. Because there was a story where there were police officers who were fueling the taxi violence, because now they were taking guns that were stored, in the evidence room. So it has become a very, very huge problem. So it's something that we need to actually address, because as commuters, when they come in and say we don't want to use taxis anymore, it becomes a problem. But now, when their safety, is put in danger, what do you think they should do? Because if you're watching right now, you have been a commuter and you have experienced these kind of things right there on the taxis. So the Santaco, the South African National Taxi Council, has urged law enforcement to do more to find and arrest criminals, which it claims they have infiltrated the taxi industry. So there are criminals, there are known criminals.
But it also comes to Santaco as a whole, as a big association. Yeah. Because remember that Santaco does not only manage taxi owners or taxi drivers in South Africa. It's national-wise. So it also begs to offer what is their recruitment criteria? How do they recruit people? Because there is no way that I can hire you or they can hire me, knowing very well that I'm a criminal. So even they also need to start before government officials or the police can even enter. They need to go to themselves deep inside and answer the question is, who is doing their recruitment processes?
True.
What is the screening process for recruiting a taxi driver or a queue marshal? because it also means that for them, as long as you have a driver's license, you're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You learn the routes along the way.
Exactly.
I'm like, officially last week I was in a taxi coming back from work late at night. And this driver didn't even know the ways, did not even know which direction that he needs to take. So it comes for them like they don't even care if we hire drivers that don't know the way, and then it becomes a problem for you if you go to the taxi rank and take a Bolt or take a Uber. It becomes a problem as government is also trying to open more roads for Rea Vaya.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, they are stopping to use, your local taxis because people's safety, is compromised. I mean, you might be watching and you're one of the victims that said, you know what, I'm not going to use a taxi anymore because of the violence that I have came through. Because right here in Dobsonville, we had a situation where taxi drivers were fighting with the guys who are using Bolt. Every time a passenger will request when they are in the mall, the taxi drivers will come to that person and they will fight him and they will just cause chaos right there. So it's rules like this we need to understand that everyone has a right to transport. How does the transport rules, Santaco, what are the guidelines into letting passengers and commuters know that, okay, you actually have the right to, use any transport. We have seen a lot of people taking ownership of the roads that don't even belong to them. Just because you've been using the road for 20 years, it doesn't mean it belongs to you. But the council say it is concerned by the recent surge in violence cases connected to the taxi industry. 3 people were shot and killed in Braamfontein last week, including a University of Johannesburg student who was struck by a stray bullet. The shooting is believed to be related to taxi violence. So we are concerned that a lot of cases that are related to our work often grow cold without resolution, said Santaco's Rebecca Pala. In Rebecca's words, we still commit that we will give all the information that's needed. However, we are going to need law enforcement to equally complement our efforts. Pala said the safety of commuters remain a priority. The taxi industry is committed to our commuters' safety, and a lot of our taxi associations have already started deploying private security companies to complement the work that the law enforcement is doing. So it speaks to this. When they're hiring and they're trying to work with the law enforcement, it now becomes chaos when one of the taxi driver, doesn't follow the law. Working with law enforcement is you following the law. But now we are seeing the division while trying to work with the law. Right, so we just want to hear from you right there at home. It's a hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. That is the hashtag to use right here. So what I want to do right now, it's 7:30. We know that we practice our culture of giving you what today in history, our word of the day, so that we can practice them as we're going to bring you more in the show. Remember that we still have guests coming in the show. A prophet and a sangoma will be here. We will conduct an interview just to know about their work, what they have been doing, to serve the community. And also we have a health and fitness expert who's going to be joining us. So do make sure that you stay with us on all social media platforms. My name is Muketi Maimane and I am with the lovely Afriberry right here in the studio. We are ready to give you a jam-packed and energetic show. So stay with us. Press the notification button. Let's get the show started. Right now, let me get you prepped with your weather update.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Center. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Provincial Club, I'm out here. My name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working by TC and of course our station manager, the one and only one and inferior. And we're driving out here, and this is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to check the information to the people.
course, like Mo just mentioned, you stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street near you, live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Most of the TCO with the traffic update. Right now we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that wherever that you guys get, it is real-time information. So looking at Mukorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at what is your rush hour time when people are from the work or from school, right? And I give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka breakfast.
Yes,
You're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show with me, Mwiketi Maimane, and Afriberry right here in the studio. Your energetic start of the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg, it is Soweto, Dobsonville. That is where we are broadcasting live, and can't wait to have a very beautiful Thursday morning with you. How is your morning going? Please talk with me, because you know that mornings are always full of unexpected things that we wake up into. Breaking news, trending news. Did you get good news? Did you get bad news? Because for some of us, we didn't get any news, but it's quarter to weekend. What are your plans for the weekend? Afriberry, are you still with me, man?
Yes, I'm still with you. I'm still also trying to figure out what are my plans for the weekend. But you didn't tell me what are your plans for the weekend.
My plans is to, go out with the guys, man, because we have found this culture within us, man, of going out, just surrounding ourselves with good energy. We know that it's tough out there. A lot of people are having mental health challenges. So it is very important that whatever that we go through in the week, we meet once in a week, twice in a week, and unwind, have a very beautiful day, beautiful moment, and just eat good food with good music, man. One thing about good music, man, it never gets me wrong. Good music never gets me wrong. So, what are you looking at? Because I heard you going out on a date.
I didn't say it's a date. Just said it's like a mini business meeting that I'll be doing on Sunday.
But it's a date.
Can we even consider that a date? It's not like
Yeah. I mean, you know that we define dates in a different, because if I set a date for someone to meet, to give them something, it is a date. My friend, let's meet Saturday. Okay, fine. It's a date. You understand? Not dating is not all about kissing and kissing and kissing. No, man. We treat these things different. So you are going on a date, which is a business date, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So what business are you doing?
Now you want me to put...
I just wanted to know. Man.
No, I don't want to jinx it. And no, it's something that has to do with the Vooka career-wise also too. So it's like one of the two. So I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going into detail.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't officially happened. Until it has officially happened and I've laid my foundation, that's when I can say, okay, maybe give you the second page of this business book and say like, okay, here's page number 2. This is what I've done so far, and I'm just waiting for page number 3 or 4. And then everything will be concluded.
From me to you, man, I wish you the best. Right? Let us join in the conversation. Do make sure that you let people that sivugile, #sivugile. When are you awake right now? So on my YouTube, I have Radzelane Richize at the #Vooka Breakfast Show morning, guys. I can't wait to hear more about my rights. No, just to correct you guys, knowing your rights was yesterday.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mishap on my side.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So today we're not discussing know your rights. Apologies to that. Instead, we're talking about health and fitness, how to take care of your body, how to keep a fit mind, how to be aligned to getting all your chakras. I know that Mo loves the Kundalini.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's all about health and fitness, how to keep your yourself healthy and also fit.
Yeah.
Working out, eating healthy, and do not forget that as much as you can keep the temple healthy and fit, but you must also keep the mind and soul also intact.
Yeah.
And it becomes one healthy bodily ornament.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. More is going to come right here. But, as we are waiting for our guests, I just think it is very important for us, to prep for the conversation, and have an opinionated discussion right here.
Okay, one, two.
When it comes to spiritual alignment, there's this thing I've heard of, which is African spirituality. Have you ever heard the term African spirituality?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I think for me, African spirituality literally goes back to the teachings and ways of our ancestors. Because at this moment, only a couple of people are starting to go back and do things in a proper African way.
Yes.
That's why we have such high rise in polygamy marriages.
Yes, man, because it's things like this that black people practice. Because one thing that amazes me and I still want to find out is the civilization of black people way before slavery. It's still questioned, and it's still something that a lot of people are still finding research on what happened. But we are taught, man, that bad things were happening, and
Yes.
our people, they were bad people, as they were described. But looking at today, man, like we see that we are practicing one of the unique cultures called the Ubuntu, right? So Ubuntu is deeply rooted in our people. So when it comes to African spirituality, man, it's something that is deep, because other people, they compare it and they say it's different from Christianity. So it's interesting things that we find out. For most of the people, African spirituality is being a sangoma, right? In which you're going to have a sangoma and a prophet today. Have you ever find yourself in a deep conversation with a sangoma on how did they get their calling? How did they get to practice ubusangoma?
That one is actually a bit different. People have different ways or different opinions on how they became ebungumeni or
Yeah.
bangene njani
Yeah.
ukuba ingoma. So like you said, some people also tend to lose the fact that practicing or going back to your Africanacity does not necessarily mean ukuthi fanele uhambe ephehlweni or uyothatha. It's all about knowing things that your forefathers used to do back then.
Yeah.
For example, they did not have a fridge. So the other way of preserving meat was literally throwing a whole lot of salt in it.
Yeah.
And then that salt helps it to stay fresh for a long time, eh? And then the other example is that people have always been in touch with nature. So that's why you find more people taking nature walks. Some people will tell you that, no, I want to be one with the universe, because it's something that we grew up with. The whole internet or television, for us, it was not there. And being in a loud place was considered as a ruckus back then. You need to be in a very quiet place so you can finally and officially connect with them.
Yeah.
Hence, you find more people reading up more about what the Ankh is,
Yeah.
or what the Ankh represents, or the fact that we have a Kemetic Bible, which is the first Bible actually to be published in the world. It's the African Bible.
Yeah.
In it, we have 42 commandments. And then in the Western Bible that we read, we have 10 commandments.
10.
And if you take a look at the 42 commandments that actually come from the Kemetic Bible, 10 of them actually derive from the Kemetic Bible. The only difference is that in the Bible that we currently read, it says, "Thou shalt not steal." But in the Kemetic Bible, I fully commit to me not stealing. It says, "I shall not steal."
Yeah.
So that's why some people are going back and saying, let me just find out more about what Africa is, or what Africa used to be before civilization, how we used to live. Even when we fully welcome civilization into our hearts,
Yeah.
how did we do things? How did we operate? How did we eat? How did we live? So going back to Mother Nature is not always a bad thing, as long as you connect with her properly.
Yeah.
It's not a must for you to go ephehlweni uyotwasa.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to sit in the corner, you practice by learning how to shut out all the noise that is around you.
Yeah.
And that's how we found ourselves within ourselves.
Definitely, man. Yo, interesting findings. Please stay tuned as we're going to have a lovely guest, Untlakanipo, who is a sangoma and a prophet, and ask questions. Those are the questions that you're going to get answers to today on the show. Untlakanipo, a prophet, and the sangoma will be joining us today because I have a lot of questions to ask him also. They have told me, like when you look at me, do you think I can guitar? Those are some of the things that you want to know, right?
You can boogie, bro, so you probably can guitar.
Yeah. They've told me I can heal people. Yeah. No, we heal different, guys. We are all healers and we heal different. It doesn't mean that we need to have beads around our hands, right?
Amen to
And then I have Itumeleng Diale saying good morning, #Vooka Breakfast Show, #Sivugile on our side. Siyabonga asivugeni because we are here nathi sivugile, right? Itumeleng and Refile Rasekhanso, I can't wait for our guests. Today is gonna be a lovely day. Indeed, it is going to be a lovely day as information is going to be shared. Information is going to be, transacted to us. Mpomoyo, #Sivukile with Vooka Breakfast Show. Definitely, I love seeing the engagement, guys. Use the hashtag down below so that we can get this going. The more you use the hashtag, the more you're going to get people coming in the live, and we are going to have engagement right here. So, as you know that we have a culture that we practice each and every day in your findings and giving you your word of the day. But I'm going to start with today in history. What is it that we have in history for today? So, starting with South African events. In 1962, 6th of March, Nelson Mandela traveled to Morocco for military training. Nelson Mandela's trip to Morocco in 1962 was a significant part of his efforts to gain military training and support for the armed struggle against apartheid. He received training from the Algerian National Liberation Front at bases in Morocco, including Uja 2. This training was crucial for Mandela's role in the armed wing of the African National Congress, ANC, Umkhonto Wesizwe. If you just joined me and you didn't hear that, let me repeat it for you. In 1962, on the 6th of March, Nelson Mandela traveled to Morocco for military training. Nelson Mandela's trip to Morocco in 1962 was a significant part of his effort to gain military training and support for the armed struggle against apartheid. He received training from the Algerian National Liberation Front at bases in Morocco, including the Uja 2. This training was crucial for Mandela's role in the armed wing of the African National Congress, Umkhonto Wesizwe. And then in 1988, the 6th of March, South African Air Force bombs ANC headquarters in Lusaka. The South African Air Force conducted a bombing raid on the African National Congress headquarters in Lusaka, Zambia, as part of its effort to suppress anti-apartheid activities. Let me repeat that again. In 1998, today, 6th of March, South African Air Force bombs the ANC headquarters in Lusaka. The South African Air Force conducted a bombing raid on the African National Congress headquarters in Lusaka in Zambia as part of its effort to suppress anti-apartheid activities. Interesting findings. Now, going to the international events. In 1957, Ghana gains independence from Britain. Ghana became the first African country to gain independence from British colonial rule, with Kwame Nkrumah as its first prime minister. In 1957, Ghana gains independence from Britain as Ghana became the first African country to gain independence from British colonial rule, with Kwame Nkrumah as its first prime minister. Now, moving to the second one, the international event. In 1964, 6th of March, Cassius Clay becomes Muhammad Ali. Fly like a butterfly.
Sting like a bee.
American boxer Cassius Clay took the name Muhammad Ali, which was given to him by his spiritual mentor, Elijah Muhammad, the leader of the Nation of Islam. Let me repeat that. In 1964, Cassius Clay becomes Muhammad Ali. The American boxer Cassius Clay took the name Muhammad Ali, which was given to him by his spiritual mentor, Elijah Muhammad, leader of the Nation of Islam. Right there, those are the interesting international events that took place in history today. And you know that we always celebrate people being born today, right? Each and every day there's someone who was born. If you know anyone, do make sure that you comment down below and say Mo and Afri. I would like to give a shout out to my brother who is growing up today and wish him a happy birthday. So, celebrities' birthday. Who do you think is a birthdaying today? So I have two that I'm going to share with you. Today is Shaquille O'Neal's birthday. Big Shaq, who was born in 1972, the 6th of March. He is 52 years old today, net worth approximately $400 million. Interesting fact about Shaq, he is a 4-time NBA champion and has also pursued careers in acting, music, and business. One of the movies that I know is, what is this one? Adam Sandler with Chris Rock and the guys.
I remember him from My Wife and Kids.
Grown-ups, definitely. That's where I first saw Shaquille right there in Grown-ups. So he is a 4-time NBA champion and has also pursued a career in acting. So to Shaquille,
Happy birthday!
And you know the nice thing about Shaq?
hooray!
The nice thing about Shaq is the amount of charity work he does. Give him back, he gives back like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And then it's even worse for his kids. He spends like nobody's business.
Come on,
Because
man.
I remember there's one footage that I saw when he was asking another celebrity, he's like, so what do you get your kids on Christmas? And the celebrity was like, okay, you know what? I do not spoil my kids on Christmas. They literally get one gift each.
Yeah.
And sometimes I literally go as cheap as possible. It's not that I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's literally that cheap. And Shaq is like, that's impossible because they call me Papa. They call me Papa Christmas at my house. Because of all the spoils that he has, man. Congrats and happy birthday to Big Shaq.
Happy birthday to Big Shaq. And then the second one, it's Tyler, the Creator.
Oh.
33 years old today. Net worth approximately $16 million. Interesting fact about Tyler, he's a Grammy-winning artist known for his unique style and creativity in music, fashion, and visual arts. Do you know anyone who is growing up today? Do make sure that you leave down a comment and tell us who is growing up. Speaking of the comments, I have Refile Rasakanto saying happy birthday to my friend Doli Mohosi, wishing him more years and more happiness. And as the hashtag Vooka Breakfast and the Vooka Breakfast team would like to say happy birthday to Doli Mohosi.
Happy birthday! Woohoo! Yeah! Hip hip! Hooray!
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 Hooray! All right, that's all for what we have in store in history. So what we're going to do right now is to move to our word of the day. So our word of the day is tenacious. Word of the day is tenacious. And tenacious is spelled as follows. It's a Tenacious. It's a Tenacious. That is tenacious. So, what is the definition of tenacious? Tenacious is holding firmly to a goal, idea, or a belief, persistent and determined. Example, how would you use tenacious in a sentence? So, this is the following example. The tenacious entrepreneur refused to give up on her startup despite facing numerous setbacks and rejection. The tenacious entrepreneur refused to give up on her startup despite facing numerous setbacks and rejection. That is tenacious. And if I can use it, because when it comes to me being a good guy and a loving and a romantic guy, I am tenacious to that. I am holding firmly to that goal. Nothing can change me, right? So that is how I would use it. At home, how would you use tenacious, in your day? How would you use when tenacious? Tenacity.
Tenacity. I am currently blank. How do I use tenacious?
Holding firmly to a goal. What's that goal that you're holding
So
firmly to?
the tenacity that I have for this year is to make sure that I get in studio and release 1 or 2 singles. That is the tenacity I plan on having. And then I want to make sure that I'm very resilient towards my tenacity. I want to make sure that my tenacity literally strives on. That's my one thing that I'm going to be tenacious about this year.
Okay. Definitely.
Good call, Dan.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know. My Pumuli 1 single in winter fund advance.
Yeah. Definitely.
out.
How would you use a tenacious in your day? What is that goal that you are holding on firmly and saying, you know what, Mo, this one I am not letting it go, man. It's 2025, 2020 vibes. If you are a vibing person, you're holding into that goal, man. All the best to you. And then happy Thursday as you approach the end of the week. Remember to stay tenacious. Keep pushing forward even when faced with obstacles. Your persistence and determination will ultimately lead you to success. Do not give up. Stay focused and keep striving. Strive for the best in your life, guys. It is the morning motivation. When you wake up and have that thing in your mind that's brewing each and every day, is to keep on and stay striving, man. Focus is the most thing at all that you can apply in your life. 5 minutes till we eat 8 o'clock right here, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. The hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So what we're going to do right now is to take a short break, get you prepped with your weather, and prepare for the day.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Sandton. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi. I'm out here with the one and only Maximum Temperature. I'm working with my TC Shabalala Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Bugile, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes, sir.
So, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, or from school,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.
sir.
Asante Atlisa.
Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes. Wow.
Eight minutes on the dot. It is the time right here, and you're still watching Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic start of the day, located in the heart of Johannesburg. It is Soweto Dobsonville, where we are broadcasting live. As I promised that we're still going to have a guest joining us here in the studio. We're going to have Nhlakanipho, a prophet in a Sangoma, who is going to share more information about his journey of becoming a sangoma and a prophet. Unoxolo, she is going to join us as a health and fitness expert. So please do make sure that you stay, as we're going to be bringing you information right there at home that you can use. Before the break, we were going through what's in store for us in history. And if you missed that, please do make sure, just rewind a little bit right there on YouTube and go watch what is in store for us in history. And we also spoke about our word of the day. Our word of the day is tenacious. And how would you use tenacious in today's day? It is a Thursday morning right here. A beautiful one indeed. Joining me right now is the one and only Musi Mist. And alongside is Afriberry. Guys, good morning. Are you still good? Yeah.
Mr. Mo, how's it going, my brother?
I'm all well, man. All is well. Quarter to
sir.
weekend is
Yes,
what I
sir.
call
Yes,
today's
sir.
day, man.
Yes, sir. No, we're here, we're live.
Yeah.
And we're ready to go, man. I'm so happy to be here, man. I'm feeling way better than I was yesterday, Mo. When I got here yesterday, remember I told you, Khole, my morning was just not the best.
Yeah.
I woke up just feeling so drained and stuff like that. But I'm ready to go today. And I'm happy to be here, man.
Yeah.
How are you doing when I go high? You're ready from wherever you're tuned in from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what it is. This is the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. And of course, my name is MOOCEE Mr. Musi Mr. The one and only celebrity. Yeah, Vooka Breakfast Show. I'm kidding. But I'm happy to be here, and we're going to have such an amazing show for the remainder of the morning. By all means, do get in touch with us across all our social media platforms. We go by Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and the rest of the team can get in touch and engage and interact and communicate together. Man, tell a friend to tell another friend. Bona, shout out to the entire world. Spread it as far and as wide and as you can so that everyone can get a dose of this great, amazing show.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
definitely. Afri, are you still here, man? Because when are you preparing for a big date, by the way?
Yo,
Hey!
e le gore ko bobotse le gore wa go nkgopotsa ka data mo o lolololo.
Ah, man, the thing is, I love weekend. So I also love to hear what people get up to on a weekend.
O
You
tla
know,
mpotsa ka Mantaga gore wena le the boys ne le irang ka weekend.
yeah, and I'm going to tell you, like, I'm even going to tell you what we're going to do, who we're going to meet, who I'm going to be with, right there. That's how, that's how passionate I am with weekends, man. Like, I just, even someone can tell me, yo, I'm traveling to Cape Town. I'm like, what? Can I get myself a ticket so that we can travel together? That's how I take a weekend. Yeah, man. It's all about getting yourself there, man. Give more Vooka, right? One thing about Vooka, I'm waking up in different aspects of life.
Yeah.
Thanks to Vooka, man.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what we're gonna do right now is to look at what is trending on our socials, and I have something interesting for you. We know that the U.S. government has been fiddling in our affairs right here in Mzansi, and Donald Trump made a statement about our neighboring. I don't know whether to say neighboring or hot country, which is Lesotho. So Donald Trump claims that no one has ever heard of a country Lesotho.
Emanyane o tsiking o ene tshantsa le Lesotho lo ja pega ka go ntwa ibuang ke nonsense Lesotho ha ona le di Olympics le bone ba tsama ba lo hlaya ka naha o ga jwang a ra utlwa so go utlwela ka Lesotho bo ha ke
Trump has never
Mosotho
heard
le
of
gona
it.
no ke tla entsa accent a Lesotho
Hey, o Mosotho.
ha ke Mosotho ke Motswana mara a ka ba lwanela ka re le bone ke dipelo tsa rona hatch le tlile khile ntateng yo ntwa e etsang yone ha ya siama yone hey right
Yeah.
Kari, it makes no sense like this person is literally I don't know if our government needs to literally we're playing survivor right now.
Yeah.
And at this moment, our governmental instincts don't actually work. Because if you see it right now, he's first started attacking South Africa. And then if you remember, the original parties that are also originally part of the southern region are your Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, then comes in your Lesotho and Swaziland.
Yeah.
Meaning that if South Africa as a country does not grab the opportunity of literally combining all the southern regions that were known then, all the southern countries, and becoming one and solidifying our relationship, he's gonna literally crumble us because now he's starting to hit Lesotho. And remember, we get our water from Lesotho. Lesotho is like our heart.
Yeah, I think Mr. Donald Trump will, have to reverse the statement when he finds out that the Lesotho that he says people don't know about, it's actually in South Africa.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to get bad when he's being corrected, when someone comes in his office right there in the White House and say, Mr. Trump, I think you made a mistake. Lesotho is actually inside of South Africa. I just can't wait for his comment when
No, but here's the thing.
hears.
I doubt that he
doesn't know.
He'll retract. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, come on, man. What are you talking about? Seriously? The thing is, we know that Lesotho is a landlocked country.
Yeah.
In South Africa. So how would he not know? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so I doubt that he doesn't know, and I doubt that he would retract his statement. Well, understand? I think it's just adding fuel to fire and poking in Jekabomo, purposefully so to rile people up because of the thing that's already happening between the US and South Africa and, AfriForum and the FF Plus and all of those kinds of things. So, no, there's no way.
Musi, man, I'm about to play a clip here, ne?
Yeah.
So I just want us to listen and just tell me, Hore, does this person really know, that South Africa, Lesotho is actually a landlocked country in South Africa?
Yeah.
So here's a clip of Mr. Trump.
Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
Did you hear that?
There's no.
There's no way. I mean, like, even when you look at the map of South Africa, you can see there's the space there for Lesotho. This is just plain ignorance. It's plain ignorance, and he's being very arrogant at this moment.
No, I think, this also comes because Trump is starting to cut aids, that the US was giving to, foreign countries.
Yeah.
So he has cut off a lot of aids that were given to countries. Your 40 billion for foreigners, the project for building foreigners homes. He even calls them aliens, right? He went as far as calling foreigners as aliens. So he cut off the 8 million that was given to Lesotho to support the LGBTQI community.
In Lesotho.
In Lesotho.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So USAID spent millions of dollars to promote the LGBTQI project, not only in Lesotho, but the whole of Africa. Ask yourself why. Some still believe this clown is their savior.
So surrounding them, saving them from what? I mean, like already right now in the US, there are people petitioning to create an act. It's going to be called Stop Musk Act, because it's already giving so much leverage and so much leeway to Elon Musk, to the point that this guy is actually going out right now to gain access for social security in America. Now, Elon Musk is a re logola wa di bone di 350 tse 370 ha le tlo ilora lo bolaiwa ke tala. So imagine fela ntho yalo. And now Russia we also even stopped funding for students. NFSAS bana ba tla tlhola ba thola tšhelete go sekolong ha ba sa thola tšhelete res tšhelete go because of him.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I don't want to lie, if they say Donald Trump as their savior, then they are clearly blind.
Yeah. I mean, this when I read the comments right there, so Shimaya on X, Trump will be more upset when he learns that Lesotho is actually in South Africa, like part of South Africa.
Yeah.
So now, like, there's something that is going to happen, guys, in a few weeks, because what I woke up to was the headlines news that the DA, they went to the US
As well. Okay.
And that is outside of the GNU. So the GNU doesn't know anything.
I mean, like much
DA.
like what the AfriForum did. No
Yes.
one knew anything about it. Yeah.
So a lot is about to happen in our country, Jay. Like the dynamics of the politics in our country is about to
It's in
get
shambles,
messy.
man. Yeah, messier than what it already is.
You know.
Definitely more. I agree.
Yeah. So it's things like this, because now when the president is being ignorant of such things, not knowing that Lesotho is part of South Africa, but yet there are South Africans who are coming in your country to ask for help and for you to intervene.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it just poses a lot of question, about what Trump is willing to do for the revolution and the evolution, right? And then Andriy Peshke, he is a German who is in Lesotho, saying the kingdom of Lesotho is, among many other things, the most important water tower in southern Africa.
Yeah.
Germany is proud of its partnership and cooperation with Lesotho. And he then posted, "Re batla ho sebetsa mmoho." We want to work together. So when the president is making such statements, it brews war in people's hearts. What are you actually saying? But the question and the statement that will be discussed is the aid given to the LGBTQI community. Because Africa is one of the continents that is still developing. And now the aid that we were getting and that the US was providing was not solely to develop the country. So it poses a lot of question, and it brings back to what, the relationship that we're going to have in the coming years with the US.
It also creates a lot of controversy, man. Like you're saying that it wasn't only solely meant to develop, it wasn't only solely meant for the community. The aid that all these countries were getting, including South Africa, was also aimed at developing other things and improving other things. So what then happens with those projects is the question that one could ask. And so it also creates quite a lot of debate more. How do we move forward in terms of the relations between the various countries? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. like TC said on Monday, it's a waiting game now.
Yeah.
It's a waiting game, and all we can do is wait and try to prepare ourselves as best as we can.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that we're finding ourselves in these positions now, as the world is so developed and evolved right now. Back then, especially for the black community, but in the black community, and we didn't have the necessary information and knowledge.
True.
We weren't as informed as we are now as a people. And information and knowledge is literally at our fingertips. There's no excuse in saying, I don't know about something. If you don't know, use your phone. Go in your phone and research.
Yeah.
Do a lot of research and read up on all of these issues that the world is facing, essentially, not just South Africa, but the entire world, because there's a number of things that are happening. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it's said that if the president of such a huge country and a superpower, essentially, is saying things like, what is Lesotho? I don't know. No, like, that's pure ignorance, like Afriperi said, honestly speaking. And it's purposeful ignorance. It's not ignorance in the sense that you don't know. No, it's purposeful, willing and purposeful ignorance. And it's just poking a stick at the pain. And it's really not funny. It's to find that people in parliament or wherever they're sitting in jail, people are laughing and having a good time, and it's not a laughing matter. It's not a funny thing to be, making jokes about and finding it amusing and humorous. No, man, it begs the question: what are we doing as officials? Is this what we do in parliament? In such a big country, that's a superpower, such a strong country, world-recognized country. Everyone wants to go to America and achieve the American dream.
Yeah.
So it's just sad.
It's true because it speaks to the administration, right?
Of Trump, absolutely.
Yeah. So Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, went there, for a press conference. So Zelensky, came there and he showed up with his casual clothes. So the
Sneakers, all black.
The first question he was asked is that, what are you wearing? I mean, this is a man who is in a brink of war. He has traveled all the way. He has left the citizens, in danger in what is happening with the war in Ukraine. And the first thing you're going to ask him is, why are you wearing what you are wearing today? Because it's a press conference. I mean, can't you read the situation? Can't you read the room? That this guy is here to ask for help for the citizens of Ukraine.
And also, after asking what are you wearing, one of the guys also said he doesn't respect the office. And then he told him, I like his touchback, he told him that after the war, I'll buy myself $1,000 suit. Once the war in my country has gone down, that's when I'll consider wearing a suit. What's the point of me wearing a suit when my country is in shambles?
Exactly. You're not even asking. Maybe the suits have been bombed right where he's coming from.
Not even bombed. You may find that he even sold them so that he can also help to provide aid for his citizens.
For the people.
It's not. First of all, the funny thing is that when Elon Musk comes to office wearing a cap with his child, they do not even ask him that.
Exactly.
Why are you dressed in black shirt, jeans, sneakers, and a cap? They cannot ask him that. Yet you have the audacity, the gall, the privilege to ask a person who is fighting for his life and the lives of his citizen what he's wearing.
Yeah.
It also shows you that the Trump administration lacks sensitivity. They are not sensitive to issues that actually affect major people out there.
Yeah.
You see the money that even Trump cut out for now, like Lesotho. It's money that he also cut out in his country because he's not supportive of the community.
True.
He does not support people who are gays or identify as homosexual, pansexual. He does not support that. That's one of the things that he abolished when he came into power. Yeah. And how can you cut out aid for a country that's within a country and say you don't know it?
True. Lesotho is indeed a kingdom right here in Africa. So I was laughing, earlier because I saw this comment, from X. This one posted and said, "You think Lesotho people have time to be gay while they're busy with Zama Zama?" I mean, it's a valid one.
Yeah,
you know, it's
it's
a valid
funny,
one
but
because
there's validity
yeah.
to it.
And you may even find that the gold that they've been using in the US is gold because these people sell in the black market in a dark web.
Eish.
So before we learn Donald Trump because let's be honest, this person is very dodgy.
Sure, guys.
His administration, him, himself, people he aligns with are very dodgy. Even his son is against the fact that he wants to cut off aid in South Africa. Dodgy.
Ish. The thing, my problem with this thing is our government was forced to respond to the first statement. Cyril was actually forced to come and tell the citizens that we are not going to be bullied. You know, the reason why Trump says these things is because when Ramaphosa speaks, the message doesn't get to him. You know, that's why Trump can make such statements about any country.
No, that's I mentioned the last time Mo, when we were speaking about this. When the story broke initially, it gives off a sense of a broken telephone type of thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Right? He's not getting the information firsthand. The information is filtered through a few people before it gets to him. It goes through a few people before it gets to him.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, he himself being the person that he is, he's an ignorant individual. He's one of those people, he speaks before the information processes in his mind.
True.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so I think that's what's happening. And that's why we're finding ourselves where we are. And that's why we're finding him making all these ridiculous statements that are baseless.
Yeah.
One understand that one could debate and argue that they have no premise whatsoever. Like,
Yeah.
how can you, as a president, for your second term, be saying things like these? You're not even 3 months in your in your administration, but you're already saying things like this. So it also proves or begs the question: does he do his own research? Like, does he go through the information himself, or does he get there and read whatever is given to him? So man, for me, it's sad. It's sad. It's funny, yes, watching it, and we can talk about it, but it is really, really, really sad. As an evolved country as they are, a superpower, everyone wants to go to America. Like, when you speak of America, you speak of like the land of the brave or the home of the free or whatever the slogan is. One understand, we all want to get there someday, whether it's for pleasure or it's for wanting to make a success of your life.
Yeah.
But everyone, dreams of stepping in the American soil. So it's just sad for me more than anything else.
1 hour ago, Lesotho responded and said, "We are not your punchline." Lesotho hits back at Donald Trump, country no one has heard of. So we want to hear from you. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show
Yes,
is
sir.
the hashtag to use. Tell us, what do you think of the statements that Donald Trump has made recently about the African countries?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to come with your productivity hacks that you can use to increase productivity wherever you are working. And then TC Wawamazibugo will be with our guest, which she is in the health and the fitness. Sorry about that. TC is going to take us. TC is going to take us through the interview right here on Vooka Breakfast 2. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. 21 minutes past 8 it is the time. So right now, let us get you prepped with your weather update. 23 minutes past 8, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic start of the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg is Dobsonville. That is where we are broadcasting
There we go. Yes,
live.
sir.
So before the break, we were taking you through the social media trends that we are having. Trump making, bold statements about the African countries and cutting AIDS. Not AIDS, of course. Understand?
It's
So
a
we
mumpo.
wish, yeah.
Not Mampo, not Adidas, not Treline. AIDS as in helping. Because, but Wamukasi, they start thinking for Haibu. Trump cut AIDS. Is AIDS cured now? Are people no longer
Exactly.
going to get AIDS in life? Yeah.
It's something that needs to be corrected, in
definitely.
the days coming. So I have Legacy Music on YouTube. Zelensky is a clever. He knows Trump arrogance would surface and would expose himself.
Definitely.
The world saw, the Americans saw he is a bully. I love paradigm. The world is taking. So those are the comments that we're getting. Keep those comments coming, and the hashtag to use is the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes,
so
sir.
without wasting any time,
Mo,
now,
before moving on,
yeah.
Earlier you were mentioning, birthdays and things that have occurred in history, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you found out that there are other birthdays that are happening today.
Okay, let's go.
The other one is Michelangelo. Michelangelo is a Renaissance artist, and his paintings and sculptures and everything that he's done within the artistic space are one of the most expensive in the world. So Michelangelo was born in 1475 and is a Renaissance artist. So happy birthday to him.
Oh, happy birthday.
The other one is Rob Reiner. I don't know if you know who Rob Reiner is.
Nope.
Rob Reiner is an American TV and film director and as well as a producer. So Rob Reiner has worked with a number of Hollywood stars, both in TV and films. And he's done quite a few movies. There's one that I'm forgetting its name. You remember earlier when you mentioned Grown Ups?
Yeah.
There's that short guy in Grown Ups, and he has like 3 daughters. That guy has done a movie with Rob Reiner. I forget what the name is, but that's also one of the birthdays that are being celebrated today. And today, funny enough, is National Dress Day.
National Dress Day.
Dress Day. So
isn't like dressing
dresses,
up or the dress.
dresses,
Okay.
actual dresses. So from puffy dresses to deep V-necks, from halter tops to hoop skirts, dresses have taken on all sorts of shapes and sizes over the years. National Dress Day is here to celebrate this. Very, very, very cool stuff, man.
Interesting.
And the other one I have here is that in the year 2000, Mo, Eric Clapton, Nat King Cole, Billie Holiday, and others were inducted into the 15th Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In the year 2000, Eric Clapton, Nat King Cole, Billie Holiday, and others were inducted into the 15th Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Very, very interesting stuff. We always learn so much about this one.
Definitely, man.
And you mentioned the Cassius Clay one.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Muhammad Ali. Yes, sir. The last one here is that in 1957, Ghana became an independent nation led by Prime Minister Kwame Nkrumah. Very, very interesting stuff. So, we always share so much information and knowledge right here on Vooka Breakfast Show. And we hope that you take this information and knowledge and run with it and include it and try to include it in your day-to-day vocabulary and spoken language. Such cool stuff, Mo.
Yeah, definitely. 27 minutes past 8, it is the time. As promised, our guest is here, Noxolo Zwane, who is a health and fitness, going to give you tips on how to stay healthy. But before, we need to hack your productivity.
Yes, sir.
We know that your productivity plays a huge role in your life. So right here, we have hacks to discuss with you on how to improve and increase your productivity levels. So the common reasons why most people are not being productive are being procrastinators.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So not knowing how to prioritize, also it is a part of you not, being productive. And getting distracted easily. An addiction to distraction is the death of your creative production. Right? So we have hacks here to share with you. Because, one thing about hacking your productivity it is going to increase a lot of chemicals in your brain. That's something that I have learned. You know, because when you increase productivity, you know, the level of dopamine that you can give off, it's massive. So the first one that I have is give 10 plus 2, 5 a try.
10 plus 2, 5. What is that? Please
So
explain
this
that.
one is a classic one of the very effective productivity hacks called 10 plus 2 in brackets
Okay.
and then 5, created by Melin Mann, author of 43folders.com. Don't worry, this is not a complicated mathematical formula you need to solve, right? The 10 plus 2 and 5 means 10 minutes of work
Okay.
plus 2 minutes of break multiplied by 5. Completing 1 hour. It is crucial to stick with the time limit and not skip work and break schedules. The point of this is you create a jam-packed work and break schedules routine. The result, you will eventually skip your break schedules and be more productive. Interesting stuff, man. I hope you guys can use that one. If you want to solve it as a mathematician enthusiast, please feel free to do that. 10 plus 2 is 7.
Very, very cool stuff. Ngwanakocha, you know that productivity is more than doing more things or ticking tasks off your to-do list. Productivity means only focusing on accomplishing important things. Very, very cool stuff. The other things that we have here, to remind you of what we spoke about last year is that, productivity hacks to maximizing productivity include planning your day ahead of time more.
Yeah.
Write down the 3 most important daily tasks. Use any productivity technique that you can find out there.
Yeah.
Set a simple goal for each day. And the last one is set a specific time to check your messages. Remember we spoke about that. Sometimes, randomly opening your phone and going on social media or going on your WhatsApp or your DMs and stuff like that can also use up quite a lot of your time, consume quite a lot of your time, and it ends up with you not being as productive as you can be or you should be during the day. We have here the 3-3-3 rule. So you mentioned the 10 plus 5, right?
Yeah.
10 plus
numbers.
2, 5. So today we're doing, numbers. So there's the 3-3-3 rule to productivity, Mo. And what it says is that the method involves 3 important tasks. Select the 3 most critical tasks to accomplish each day. 3 secondary tasks. Identify 3 tasks that are important but secondary to the main tasks. And then 3 small tasks that includes choosing 3 minor tasks that can be completed quickly. Remember the last time we mentioned, there's also a hack, the 5-minute rule hack. If it can be done in 5 minutes, do it then and now. We understand, as opposed to procrastinating, like you mentioned, and saying, I'll see it later in the day. A lot of people after like 1 or 2 o'clock, where a lot of companies go for their lunch breaks, a lot of people are less productive after that because already you're looking forward to knocking off at 4 or at 4:30 or even 5. So you are most likely to not be as productive as you were in the morning before lunch. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if it can be completed in 5 minutes, get it over and done with and do it then and there as opposed to procrastinating. So these are some of the things that you can look into. And remember the last time we mentioned that you can learn to say no. Learn to say no. So if someone says, let's maybe take a break, say, no, I have quite a lot of things to do during the day, so I can't go with you and do a very minor and probably not so useful thing.
True.
So these are some of the things that you can go about your day in terms of trying to be as productive as you can be.
Yeah, because you know that the productivity can be easily distracted, especially when you have a task to do, long-term task and tasks that take some time. So the other one that I want to share with you is you need to use the red and blue more often. So you might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
Red and blue? Yes,
so you need to clean your desk, remove things that might distract you. We know
Cluster.
sometimes, know sometimes when you're trying trying to do a task or do an activity, when there are so many things in the table, you are easily distracted, especially
definitely.
devices. You know, you have your tablet, your laptop, your phones, you know, your mixers right here, and then you start to get distracted by small things that, hey, remember I needed to fix this thing. Remember I learned about this few technique, how to increase and do sound on some of those things. So you need to clean your table. So according to the research, filling your study or work table with the blue and red colors improve the brain performance.
Oh, really? Wow, very interesting.
Yeah. So red was found to increase attention to detail.
Yes, sir.
While blue sparks creativity.
Ah,
so when
wow.
you see those colors, when they match, you just boosted your productivity for the day.
I see.
You know,
I see. It's a psychological thing.
it's a psychological
I see
thing,
you.
right?
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
No, very interesting. On top of that, the other thing that you can do is following the 3P rule. The 3P rule. And when I go shebeletseng thing, from wherever you're tuned in from, you could be asking, Musi Mr., what is the 3P rule? This includes preparing, planning, and performing.
Okay.
So on top of having the red and blue colors on your desk or in your workspace, you can also add on top of it the 3P rule, which is preparing, planning, and performing. So like I said, plan ahead.
Yeah.
Plan your day ahead of time. And once you've prepared and planned ahead, you are able to perform and execute all the tasks that you need to do throughout the day. And then on top of that, you can execute the 3-3-3 rule, which is getting out of the way important tasks, getting out of the way secondary tasks, and getting out of the way minor tasks that include executing the 5-minute productivity hack.
Yeah.
You know, so very, very interesting stuff. Of course, there's more that you and I, and of course, Mweketse can explore in terms of trying to execute all these productivity hacks that we have. And there's more to explore, of course. But you know, every Thursday morning, this is what we do. We try to equip you with all these amazing information and knowledge that you can use throughout your entire day, whether you're a student or whether you are in the workforce. We all need to try and be as productive as we can be throughout the entirety of our day. So, man, I hope you found this very informative. More, I know that I'm going to try and execute some of these.
Man,
I'm going to try and execute some of these things, you know, moving forward from now.
Yeah, so I found something interesting.
Yes, sir.
It's something that I have learned, you know, a few years back. So I don't know if you will agree with it, but I have found out that sometimes they say you must, you know, give in to distraction. But now you must limit yourself. You know, if you want to use your phone, maybe you are writing an essay, you are writing this email, or you're just, you know, putting up your notes. So if you feel like you want to be distracted for a few minutes, you must do so. But you must have a time limit. Hence, your phones, you know, they will have, you know, what we call your digital balance. You know, when you use digital balance, you just tell it that I want to use this app for 2 minutes. And after using it for 2 minutes, the app itself would close, and then you go back to what you're doing.
I
because
see.
Distraction really it plays a very huge role in our lives. You know, so when you are distracted, do make sure that you distract yourself for 2 minutes so that you can get back to, you know,
to your task at hand.
Your task. Because it has been found also with students that the more they read, the more they exhaust their mind.
I mean, of course.
You know.
It also speaks to why we were always encouraged to take breaks in between, you know, working and doing whatever we need to do through the day or through the entirety of the day. So you work for 2 hours, go out, or work for like an hour and 30 minutes, go out, get some fresh air, and try and take a break so that when you breathe in, the oxygen goes straight to your brain, and it reboots and reboots your system. And then you can come back and carry on with the work. So, but when you mention the willingly distracting yourself, I think it also speaks to a whole lot of discipline. So we can try and equip you with all of these hacks and all of these tricks that you can try and execute in your day-to-day lives and going about your jobs and your work and whatever else you're doing. But it speaks to discipline. I think that should be the first one. if you yourself are able to discipline yourself with all the things that you need to do during the day or throughout the entirety of the day, you need to be disciplined. And you are able to execute all of these things and set time goals for yourself. For 5 minutes, I want to get this done and but if you can't discipline yourself with the time limits that you've set for yourself, then chances are you're going to be failing and having a hard time to keep up with your the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Keep engaging with us on YouTube. We are Vooka Breakfast Show, and the hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be joined by health and fitness advisor right here, Unoxolo Zwani. So please stay tuned. This is your latest weather update.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working with my TC Shabalana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Bugile, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes, sir.
So, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, sir.
I thought you had to leave that. Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only Maximum Temperature. I'm working with my buddy, TC Shabanana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Bugile, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TC Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that wherever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so,
sir.
looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, away from school,
Yes,
right?
sir.
We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.
sir.
Asante ya Teresa.
14 minutes till we hit 9 o'clock and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, and the hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. As promised before the break, Noxolo Zwane, our health and fitness expert, is here in studio with us. Joining her on her side is TC Wagwamazibugo. TC, good morning and how are you doing?
Hi, Mo, my brother. I am great. How are you, Mzansi? I hope you are having a vibrant and energetic morning as we are about to start getting some tips, getting healthy, and talking to Unoxolo Zwane, our health and fitness expert. So, Mo, how are you, by the way? Sorry, I should ask you, how are you?
I feel a little bit unhealthy, but because now our health expert is here, I'm going to feel balanced, man. You know, it's a Thursday, quarter to weekend, by the way. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit more unhealthy heading to the weekend because junk food is coming my way. But I just can't wait for the conversation you're gonna have with her right here with the people. So you guys should stay tuned and ask a question if you need to. TC, please take it away, ma'am.
How Noxolo, sis Noxolo, how are you? Unjani namhlanje?
I'm good, thanks, Sonia. And how are you?
I am good. I'm good. So, for those people who are watching and listening right now at home, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Noxolo Zwane. I work at Westview Clinic, whereby we help people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Wow.
So if you know people who are addicted, you can refer them to us as Westview Clinic, and then we help them. So basically, we also do talk about health.
Yes.
You know, or go to get as a person, how do you conduct yourself? You know, and how do you take care of your health?
So, what inspired you to work in the industry? Because I know that a lot of people, we chase our passions and our goals differently. So, what was the inspiration for you for this industry?
Okay, you know, falling in love with people.
Yes.
Wanting to help people's life, changing people's life, and also seeing the environment whereby you get to see the community. Which, okay, they're lacking with such information of not taking good health of themselves, and also seeing the youth getting themselves in the substance abuse.
Yes.
You know, so I actually fall in love in helping people, you know,
Okay.
and then it made me to say, you know what, I'm going to do this cause and I'm going to change people's life.
So, basically, if I understand you correctly, helping others is the motivation that inspired you to become a health and fitness expert, and so how do you motivate others to achieve their goals? Like when they have a certain goal to achieve, like you're saying you work with people who are in substance abuse. So how do you go about helping them achieve their goal of perhaps letting go of that addiction?
Okay, so basically what I do, I raise awareness about
Okay.
health, and then I also become a leader, you know.
Okay.
So I believe that if you are a leader, you need to set an example. So I do go join the gym, gym club whereby I do exercise, and then I motivate people that you need to stay healthy and you need to take good care of yourself, you know. So what I do, I motivate the youth, I motivate everyone, you know, where I meet, everyone which I meet, you know, it's very important to take good care of yourself.
I love that because, I mean, right here on the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, I am known as the positivity dose of the day. So motivation and sharing awareness on issues that matter and that affect us is something that I hold dearly. And I'm glad that you are here, you know, helping people get over their addictions and obviously get healthier and be better functional human beings in society. So can you share your top 3 tips for someone who's just starting out, let's say on a fitness journey, and how they can set realistic goals when they want to overcome and when they want to get healthier? So can you share maybe 3 tips or things that you raise awareness on? Three tips.
Okay, so the most important thing is that you need to be self-disciplined.
Yes.
You know, because discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So if you're going to set a goal for yourself, it's okay, I'm starting this journey of being healthy, you know, because the healthy environment is the most important thing in our life, which we need to really take it seriously, because if you're going to eat unhealthy, you know you're jeopardizing your life.
Yes.
You know you're putting your life in risk. You're going to be facing a lot of sickness, you know, and then also you're going to be having a low self-esteem about yourself, because the moment you start gaining weight and then you're starting to feel the lack of confidence about yourself, you know. So what's important is that you need to be self-disciplined. You need to highlight what are the things which you need to eat. Eating healthy is very important.
Yes.
So you need to eat healthy, and then you also need to focus, you know, focus on the things which you need to do, like the exercisements which you need to do in a daily routine. Okay, I'm setting myself because I need to do this. So that's the most important tips which I can give to people, that you need to stay disciplined, you need to exercise, you need to eat healthy.
Wow, okay, I love those. Those are common ones that we share on our show, and I'm glad that today we are getting a confirmation, guys, from someone who is in the health industry, that these are good for you, and these are the things that can assist to propel you forward on your health and fitness journey. But then, how do you recommend that somebody can incorporate mindfulness and self-care into a busy lifestyle, and what benefits can people expect from incorporating self-care and mindfulness into their busy lifestyle?
Okay, so basically you just have to reschedule your routine. Just try to get yourself like 10 minutes in doing activities, you know. I know it's a busy life. We're living in a busy life. People are doing that and that. But then you can just try to squeeze 10 minutes of your time so that you can just try to exercise, try to drink a lot of water, you know. So those are the important things which you need to do, because the benefit of it is that you're actually saving your life. You're actually preventing yourself from getting illness, you know. Yeah.
So you, as somebody who is in this industry, how do you stay current with the latest developments in the health and fitness industry? And what trends are you most excited about that are currently happening in your industry? Is there anything you can share regarding that?
Oh, okay. So basically is that in the industry which I am currently, I can say that most people are actually, as I stated that I'm a leader.
Yes.
So I can say that people are actually taking a step in what I'm doing, and then they are changing their lives as well. And the youth, mostly youth, because I do motivate the youth. So I can see that they're implementing in whatever which I teach them, they do implement. And those ones who are now living a reckless life of them getting themselves in substance abuse, you know, they have changed. They have tried to change. They have realized that, okay, I have made a mistake, but they have learned from their mistake, you know. So I guess me motivating them, it is creating a big change.
So basically what you're saying to me is you stay current with the latest developments by being more involved in the community that you are based in, and engaging everyone on their progress and getting involved more in initiatives. So what initiatives right now where you work are you guys currently busy with? Are there any that you can tell the viewers and listeners about?
Okay, yes. So there are programs which we're implementing at school.
Okay.
You know, so I do go to schools
Yeah.
whereby we do fitness activities with learners.
Okay.
And then we also do raise awareness in the community whereby we do events, whereby we also do include and talk about health and also do some fitness activities, especially to the old people, you know. They also do
yes.
join us. And then, yes.
Nice. That sounds amazing. I am so happy that you also including the older generation, because you know, having an ailing mother, I'm somebody who would love to know and be involved in some of your programs, and obviously spread it to the people that who are near and dear to me and my own community. So, how do you recommend balancing physical activity with rest and recovery?
Okay, so you just need to rest. You just have to get enough resting, you know. Let's say 8 hours resting, so that when you wake up, at least your mind has reset. It has restart and it has reset, and then you're able to think positive, and you're also able to be creative. Because if you don't get enough sleep, you won't be able, your mind won't function well.
True.
You know, so it is very important that you take care of your health, such as getting enough sleeping.
Okay.
You know, yes.
Okay, and with the physical activity, especially let's say for women, right? What is the importance of strength training? So do you do know what strength training is, right? Yes. So what is the importance of strength training for women, and how can they get started on a strength training program?
Okay, so basically you can start, normally what I say, Mina, to my people is that you can see now we're living in the world whereby technology has upgraded, right? So you can be on the TikTok, you know, just see some activities, and then you try to do it at home. And then if there's gym somewhere, you can just also join the gym, and then you also just gym with the particular people as well, crowd, because I know sometimes you relapse when you're gymming alone, but then you can just join the gym and then you start gymming, because it does help your body, it does help your bones to be stronger, your muscles to be okay.
I love that you say that. You mentioned that obviously staying fit is not, or staying healthy is a work in progress. It's something we constantly have to work on. So now, as somebody who is motivating, when you motivate people, what methods do you use to keep them accountable for exercising and getting and reaching their goals?
Okay, basically what I do, I mean, I have a group whereby I have created. So every time I remind them, okay, this is this time, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
You know, and then everyone should share their video online. Because okay, I'm actually currently doing it, what you are telling us, and then also like motivating them in daily, every day. Because okay, never give up. You know, continue to gym. I know it's not easy, but then can you please continue to gym, because it's more healthy for your body. Yes.
So I know that with the health and fitness industries, there's a lot of misconceptions and stigma when surrounding that, right? So I just want to know, according to you, what's the most common misconception about health and fitness that you've encountered, and how do you address it with your clients or with your patients?
With my patients?
Yes.
Okay, so I have noticed that most of them, they are not eating healthy.
Yes.
You know, so I always tell them, okay, you need to eat certain food. You can't just eat anything which you want to eat. The most important thing, you need to consider eating veggies, you know, and then also choosing. You can't just eat junky food all the time, you know. So I do have a chart whereby I do teach them.
A chart?
Yes, a chart whereby I do teach them about how to eat, what not to eat, because some people are not, they don't have knowledge.
Yes.
Especially old people and also the youth. They don't have. I think some information it's not shared at school. So I do share the information when I have my chart whereby I explain and then
That's amazing. I love that. Thank you so much, Nokolo. So for anybody that wants to join your group or get in touch with you, can you kindly share with our listeners and our viewers how they can get in touch with you and be part of that group that you mentioned, where they can also be part of a fitness program that can help them get healthier and reach their wellness goals?
Okay, so they can find me at Westview Clinic. So it's
Westview
here at-
Clinic.
Yeah, Westview Clinic. It's
Okay.
at Dobsonville, opposite my Shaba shop, and then there's a gym inside
Wow.
Westview Clinic.
Yes.
So they can go there, and then they might find me. And then if they want my contact, I can give my numbers.
Yes, can you give them your
So
numbers?
my numbers it's 083 2977 693. Let me
Repeat.
repeat my
Yes.
numbers. It's 083 2977 693. It's not Kolozwane. So they can just get hold of me.
Nice. Thank you so much, Nokolo. This was an informative and insightful interview, and we hope that perhaps you can come back and actually do some exercises with us in the future.
Yes.
On perhaps a Wellness Wednesday with me, Utisi Kabazibugo Shabalala, your positivity dose of the day. Right now, we are going to go over to Mo, who will tell us what is next on our show. It's the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, TC, and to Nokolo Zwane for coming into the studio and sharing so much information there with us. So what you can do, guys, is to use the hashtag to post your questions right there on the comment section. We are looking forward to having her to share more tips about health and fitness. As I told you that I am looking unhealthy right now, but since I've just listened to the conversation, I am feeling like a healthy human being. So 2 minutes past 9, we are in. You're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. So what we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we have Unhlakanipho Waka Shabango, which is a prophet and a sangoma, and Afriberry will be taking us through the interview with him right here in the studio. So right now, this is your weather update.
Thank you.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my man. TC Shabanana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Panel Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Bugile, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
First, we've got TC Mazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, or from school,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.
sir.
Asante atleta.
Once again, good morning, Mzansi. My name is Moiketi Maiman, and if you missed your morning headlines, this is the recap. Santaco worried about the excessive force used on taxi driver. The South African National Taxi Council in the Western Cape has raised concern over what it sees as a growing trend of excessive force used by law enforcement on its drivers, often without provocation. Spokesperson Mandla Hermanas commented on a video of Metro Police officers wrestling with a minibus taxi driver in Cape Town, urging drivers to comply with authorities. Safety and Security MMC JP Smith defended the officers' actions, stating police have the right to use necessary force. Santaco insists there is no justification for excessive force against the drivers. On the second headline, alleged kingpin arrested in Joburg CBD raid. The law enforcement officials, including SAPS, JMPD, Home Affairs and Immigration, conducted Operation Nomaganjani Manje Namhlanje in Johannesburg's inner city. They raided a suspected drugs kingpin flat and found drugs. The operation also targeted Njord taxi rank and Helbro. Former MMC David Tembe confirmed the raid despite allegation of suspects being mishandled. MMC for Community and Safety Mgcini Chwaku denied those claims. Now, on your last headline, 6 EMPD officers arrested for alleged extortion. The 6 Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department officers have been arrested for alleged extortion to the tune of 120,000 rands. The matter dates back to March 2024. It is alleged that the officers extorted the money from a Congolese national who was in the country doing business. The officers allegedly ransacked his home after holding him 4 hours. That is all from the news headline. Now heading to the sports news. On the cricket news, New Zealand power to 362-46 in semi-finals against the Proteas. Rasheen Ravindra and Kane Williamson had centuries as New Zealand posted the highest ever champion trophy total of 362-46 against South Africa in Lahore. Ravindra scored 108 and Williamson 102. Daryl Mitchell and Glenn Phillips added 49 runs each. New Zealand will face India in the final on Sunday. South Africa's bowlers struggle. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports update and analysis throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these matches with us using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
You are back on the hashtag The Breakfast Show, and this is your traffic update. Stationary vehicle in Pretoria on the N1 southbound Donny Uber Freeway after the on-ramp to Atterbury Road. Use the emergency lane with caution. There's a stationary vehicle in Naturena on N1 southbound before the on-ramp to Golden Highway R553. The emergency lane is closed. There's also a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound, the Donny Uber Freeway after the ramp from Water Avenue M18 ramp from the shoulder lane is closed. Expect traffic disruptions in Braamfontein around the Metro Centre due to an event hosting President Cyril Ramaphosa and his cabinet members. Affected streets include Harrison Street, Jorrison Street, Risick Street, and Risick Street. Heavy traffic in Johannesburg on M1 northbound before the on-ramp to Jan Smuts Avenue due to an accident. Use the emergency lane with caution. That is all for now on your traffic update. We are going, stay tuned with us as we go to the interview with our spiritual alignment.
At 15 minutes past 9, you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use on your social media. Before the break, we had a very interesting interview from our health and fitness expert, Unokolo. So I hope you guys learned a lot about staying fit and staying healthy throughout the day. And she shared her information on where to get her so that you can get a lot of tips, around your health and fitness. So without wasting any time, before we go to another interview joined by Untlakanipo Chabago, who is Sangoma and also, a prophet. She will be with Afriberry conducting an interview. So if you have any questions, do make sure that you stay with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. But now I have an important announcement. The Joburg just posted right here an important announcement that the president is visiting COJ on an oversight. So let me just share my screen with you guys so that we can get hold of the picture and read together what I am reading here. So I'm gonna open the picture, and then there we go. I'm gonna zoom in, so I hope you guys can see my screen. So the president is visiting COJ on an oversight visit. The JCA will submit the complaints and solution already made at its summit, but there's still a chance to make your voice heard. We call on residents to send us what you would like to say at the Joburg, at the president about life in Joburg, right? So be short and specific. The JCA will package and hand over the president when we make a submission before him on Friday. So your submissions can be made through a QR code right in the screen there. So submit by Friday at 10 by scanning the QR code below. It's something that we're going to share on our social media platforms. So do make sure that you scan the code with you. So the president is coming, guys. If you have any complaints and you want to let the president of the lifestyle that are happening in the city, do make sure that you follow this, because it is a very, very important announcement. So I think we do have a comment on YouTube, right? So let me go quickly read the comment for you. So Revile Rase Khanto saying, "Hi sis Nokolo, thanks for the wise words. I'm gonna start eating healthy and being disciplined." That is the famous words from Unokolo, penetrating the hearts of our audience and our listeners. And I hope that also, she penetrated your heart with those beautiful words that are full of health, and the advices of how to stay fit, tips and advices of how to stay fit. So I think right now we are all ready to prepare and also to dive deep in the conversation with Unhlakanipho Shabangu, who's a prophet and a sangoma. So what I'm going to do right now is to, prepare them for, the space and the interview, and they're looking good, by the way. So I just can't wait to have a conversation with them right now. So what I'm going to do is to put them through and, have a conversation. Afriberry and Tlakanipo, good morning, guys, and how are you doing?
We're doing fine, and you, Mo?
Thanks, and how are you?
Yo, I am good, guys. I'm good. You look good, by the way. Today in the show, how should we address you?
You can address me as Umkhulu.
All right, Mkhulu Nhlakanipho. Nice to have you right here on our show. We are hoping to learn a lot from you. So, Afriberry, please take it away.
Njani mkhulu?
Ngiyaphila njani gogo?
Ngiyaphila khehle kudala. So mamela khehle le eshowini yethu siwamuyele ngomfuthu futhi angithi kodwa namhlanje sizokhuluma nge-spiritual alignment.
Okay.
So fundisa abantu ukuthi yini spiritual alignment.
Okay.
Mabafuna ukwazi ukuthi how to align with our spirit. So and then how we actually know ukuthi umuntu unobizo kana kanabizo, ne?
Okay.
So into ecala uzokubuza yona ukuthi wena wabona kanjani ukuthi unebizo lokuba ngoma and unoprofits futhi.
Okay. So it all prevailed itself through Amapupo. From a tender age, man. I was someone who kakhulu spiritual stuff. I dream of inyoga, dream of amanzi, dream of amabai, kichimiswa hokoko, and all those sorts of things, But at first, it was a matter of not knowing which side I fall on. Because by then, everything was just mixed up. Ongati amadluzi wonke beweza at once, neyithunywa, Then, at some point in life, as uphuma gamabata, going to healers and whatnot, you get there, back cleanser and whatnot. So from lapho ke ngasho ukuthi kuye kahamba kwasefeka, So I was able to distinguish ekutheni ukuphi okwesiprofito, ukuphi obobunyanga noma obobungoma. Ne? So from the prophecy side of things, it's morely related to church, you know. So I dream of like church regalias, ipiga, amajazi, nyokuleke hlane, and those sorts of things. Then from the bungoma side of things, it was more of amabai, uhlalo, you know, pupugita, pupufake itzumani, ibovelicochiso abantu abasathwasa, you know. So it was all those sorts of things.
Oh, so angitshele-ke so waba nayo option ukuthi no ngikhetha ubungoma okanye ngikhetha uprofeta or what, kwafanele ukuthi was it a must ukuthi for you to take both of those gifts?
It was a must for me to take both because originally ngizalwa ekhayeni lenyanga nabaprofita. So njengoba isipho sivelile kuvele kubili, right? And most of the ancestral guides abagimi bebana both, bebayenze both, the prophecy side and the bungoma side of things. So I couldn't take the prophecy side and leave ubungoma because that was gonna cause a whole lot of problems, you know, within my life in general and also spiritual life. You know, there were gonna be some blockages that maybe I would have encountered in the long run.
Okay, so njengoba wahamba wayephehlweni wayothwasa cela ungitshela ukuthi uhambo lakho ungena ubungomeni ephehlweni yothwasa bokunjani vele bokunjani bobalance kanjani ukuthwasa loprofeta nokuba ungoma futhi ngaleso sikhathi?
Okay, it was a matter of ukuthi qalwe from the prophecy side of things, you know, because I'd say ukuthi at that point in time it was isprofito that was arising kakhulu more than the bungoma side of things. Then ubungoma followed, but it was not a matter of ukuthi ngenze la ngashiya la bengibalansisa ukuthi okay, for as much as ngenza izinto zeyithunya ngiyahamba ngiyakhuleka ngithungisa izambatho, you fast, you pray, you know, attend church and whatnot. Also from the bungoma side of things, dliwa amagobongo, you know, all those sorts of things, ufunda imithi, you know, and whatnot, because ebuprofiteni it's more of iwasho and amanzi, you know. So that's how I was able to balance.
Okay, so how do you communicate nabagini makuthi sokufana ukhulume nabo? Let's say mithi bakubonise uphupho okanye bakupha i-vision ukuthi nofanele uhambe uyosiza umuntu okanje okunento kanje kanje efanele usenzele yona. Ucommunicate nabo kanjani ukuthi ukhona ukuyibona kahle uyizwe kahle umlayezo bakutshela wona?
Okay, if there's something maybe I didn't get properly from whatever le bazobe bangibuze yona, I go endumbeni yami ngiphahlise leyo ndaba leyo qala, you know, then see ukuthi will I get a response at that point in time, you know. Ngiyalalela umoya, ngilalela ingilosi, ngilalela isithunywa ukuthi okay, does it pitch? If not, I resort to using isikhwama sami samathambo, shaya amathambo and check if there's something that I would get from there. If not, I know ukuthi okay, another alternative option is iphupho. You know, I wait to okay, as in since Bandabadala, you have not given me answer from the prophecy side or from Eintlolweni, I know it's okay. We are bound to communicate further ngiphupho.
Okay, so what I get is that also dreaming is very significant when it comes to hwaraba ditaelo tsa bone le mesebetsi ya bone le mo le go ba go romile ko teng.
Yes.
Okay, now that's very interesting. But ba bangata we are ga re tlhaloganye ditoro ra lora ga re gopole re ta re latlhega go ra gore tshwantse be le gore re retsa sentle ene bile ra bona ra gopola tora rona. Okay, ka go bona gebo. So can you share an experience where your prophetic abilities helped someone? Mawuthi kuyavumeleka because angizanzi ukuthi kahle kahle izinto ezenza ngabadala kaningi ashare. Mawuthi akunankinga lapho ngicela ushare lo usibonise ukuthi lo muntu lo wamprofeta wamnceda kanjani impilo yakhe yalamla kanjani.
Okay. Yo. There's a lot.
Baningi khetha umthandayo.
There's a lot.
Mkhulu khetha umthandayo one.
Okay, so I've got this patient of mine. He started coming at sometime last year, late last year. So it was just a matter of ukuthi masohlangana nje estradeni, you know. He was someone who just approached me and started telling me about inkinga zakhe, you know. From lapho I decided ukuthi yazi, you know, just come through endumbeni so we can sit down properly and indulge in whatever that is going on in your life at that point in time, you know. Then he came. Okay, from Lapo, since Vele, from the prophecy side, we mostly use candles, you know, like the Ibanezami and whatnot, ngakulega. And I actually prayed for water. I'm just, no, sebenzisa lamanzi, zohambi uthole ukuphila, uzothola umsebenzi. I think starting off Feb, yeah, the first Sunday of Feb, ngahlangana naye yet again. Wash with the, ever since the last time sikhulumile, ngamnikeza whatever lawo manzi lawo bengithi awasebenzise vele utholile umsebenzi, you know, and he was very much grateful and thankful of that, you know, and my sister was there to witness leyo nto leyo noma leyo nkulumo leyo ubhuti loyo abonga ukuthi no, you actually helped me ngale chibi lelo bonginikeze lona.
No, so ngicela ukubuza umndawo wena.
Okay kanjani?
Like ayimndawo kahle kahle ngifuna ukuthi angithi kunabantu abathandazela amanzi.
Yes.
So bengifuna ukwazi ukuthi nawe ile direction oyithatha umuntu wasemanzini.
Yes.
Oh, manzini kahle kahle.
Yes. Angithi khumbula ukuthi eyithunyweni ithunya ziyahluka. Ngaba khona isithunya samanzi kube khona isithunya sasentabeni, you know, also from the Bungoma side of things. For as much as unomdawo, you know ukuthi umdawo resonates with water, you know. So vele your healing element noma capabilities izohambiselana namanzi within your work line.
Okay, can you tell me the significance of understanding your healing elements as umngoma or prophet?
Prophet. Okay. Number one. Okay, understanding your healing elements is knowing ukuthi okay, wena ukwazi ukulapha ini noma ukulungisa ini. You cannot say ukuthi mhlambe you have a spiritual gift or spiritual calling, uhambe uyathwasa and then not know ukuthi wena uspecialize ngani. It's very much important also nanokubuza lona idlozi lakho ukuthi okay, since ninginikezele umsebenzi, ninginikezele isikhwama, what will I specialize in? So isebenza kanjalo la specialize in eksuseni abantu ichitho, eksuseni amathunzi or ekukhulekeleni abantu ukuthi bathole ingane and what not. So it all goes with uquestion abona labantu abakunikeza umsebenzi because ibabazi indlela yaphambili, ibabazi kusasa lakho, ibabanikazi bomsebenzi.
Oh, so what I get, don't correct me, I'm wrong. From the different elements that represent ubungoma bomuntu or prophet bomuntu, it also comes with different talents. Akusukuthi mawuthi wena umndawo okhona, for example, okhona ukwenza ukuthi abantu bakhulele izinto enjalo. So kunabantu ukuthi banesipho sokuncedisa abantu ukuthi with infertility and okay. So how do you what's the different approach you use between ubungoma nobu prophet, like umuntu makaza kuwe prophet, what are the different approaches you use ukuthi umncede and what are the different approaches you use ngobungoma ukuthi umncede?
Okay. Mauzo Vooka maybe for consultation or whatsoever because I work with bookings, right? I then check ukuthi okay yiliphi iside from emadlozini bami bone bazothanda ukuthi maybe ngiassiste ngalo, you know, and then from lapho kuzovela ukuthi no lo muntu mhlambe akulande izinto zakhe ngokwesithunywa. I know ukuthi okay lapho I need to wear iphika noma amajazi and whatsoever, and whenever ngizongena esigodleni sami I make sure ukuthi I utilize candles, I utilize amanzi, I utilize iwasho, you know, and there's also cleansings ahambiselana neithunywa. Then kuba na the bungoma side of things. If you are someone futhi from within ilona bloodline yakho ningabantu mhlambe abemithi kakhulu, nakhona liyafika idlozi lisho ukuthi lo akumsebenzisele impande. And whenever I do that, normally ngifaka nje ibike phela, I wear just my ordinary clothes, ngibophele nje ibhayi ngene lapho ngisebenzisa wena mpepho, you know. That's where I phahla ke lapho khuluma nedlozi. I use amathambo also to consult, you know. Then ke ngokuprescribe impande. Then for cleansings and whatnot, you know, ukuthi kusebenza impande and slaughtering of animals like for the likes of chickens, goats and whatsoever.
Okay, so can you also tell me the importance of cleansing in terms of spirituality? How important it is for people to always make sure that their spirit stays clean, so maybe for example their life can be much more better, or
okay. Kumbula ukuthi we black people are spiritual beings. Kakulu, you know, we need to tap in deeply to our spiritual side of things, you know. And also when it comes to cleansings are important as to which maybe let's say for example, Nagu, I get into this venue and there's a whole lot of people abalapo. We inherit imimoya, meaning, you know, as singabantu sinimimoya ehlukahlukene, uthola ukuthi maybe there's something troubling you. And mina nje I'm just maybe an ordinary human being. But mangizohlala lapho ngiyezwa man ukuthi I'm starting to feel a bit uneasy or whatsoever ngiyasindelwa, you know. So how will jwalo I then know it's okay, maybe there's something that I need to do. It's then up to me ukuthi do I then go to a healer check ukuthi okay, what is it that's going on, or if ngijwayela I know ukuthi yazini maybe mele ngicleanse nje purify aura yami, or I can buy aura salt or ini, just do like a home cleansing type of thing, you know. And also, or if not, I can utilize whatever that I have at home. Impepho na it also helps to cleanse off spirit sakho noma isoul yakho, just boiling it usebenzise lawo manzi lawo usihlambulule. And there's also umuthi obizwa ngesiqunga. Anyone can use it because isiqunga kakhulu sihlambulula nedlozi and sihlambulula nawe nje as a particular individual.
Yeah, I didn't even know, guys, that we had such a thing as aura salt. Mina let's why aura let's why blue li purple let's why monna. I hope you guys understood and heard what cool Ashon was. Cleansing is also very important for one's spiritual health, so that you have clear, because rezamare rwala mirwala ya batho tsama we me like mathata about. Wena ga o tsama wa go itshokola ko ntle ke re ipona wena o le go tsamaile wa go nna ko monateng go bese go siamelo tsa go diapetiam. O se le awe gore motho leng gore o ntse ga o si lwena wa aperetse ke le rulele feng khotso wa aperetse ke mathata a feng. So I'm also going to ask you, what are the common misconceptions when it comes to ubungoma, the prophet?
Okay. Kakulu, it's from the Bungoma side. I'll start there. Ebungomeni, once wavela nje kuthiwa isangoma number 1, they'll think ukuthi you are a witch or uthwele. Those are the two common things ke ukuthi hayi lo sekathwele or hayi lo uyathakatha uthola sekubanjene inkulumo namahiyese ukuthi ya mang or uboni wetsa whereas that's not even the case, you know. Then ebuprofiteni there's not much except ukuthi izangoma and iporofita or abaporofita kuba khona ukunyatsa nathizeni. Mostly izangoma tend to ukunyatsa abaporofita, you know, ngamandla abo. They tend to say ukuthi hayi laba bancane spiritually, or they've got no significant power, whereas that's not even the case, you know. Abaporofita, they are unique in their own way, banamandla abo ebabekelwe kona. For as much as nasebungomeni kunamandla wakhona kunendlela zakhona, you know, it's just a matter of balancing and respecting each other's what can I say, career. Let me say career, you know. Career fields, you know. It's just that nje ukuthi ni respectane ukuthi no wena umprofita usebenza ngendlela yakho. And there's some things maybe I could learn from you if kuthiwa umprofita. I mean, I'm just an ordinary sangoma, you know. Khona izinto ongakwazi ukunceda ngazo, khona izinto ongangibonelela kuzo. Nami as isangoma ngihlangana nawo umprofita, khona izinto engakunceda ngazo engakubonelela kuzo.
Yo, I hope you feel about want but go na ne lenyatso everywhere. I kere gore na re tlwaetse gore nna ga ke ikaparetse fela ke le motho hela ke itsamela to mo mobile motho go nyatsa ka re ga ka tsenya label lenyatso le tletse pleke yo tle a re tlogoleng go nyatsa batho ka re ga itse gore motho mong o na ne neo e feng e leng gore e gaisa yago bone ba tsamaontse bona fela gore ke ngaka ya gage e nnye nna ke mo profeta ya ka etona. The most important thing that we all need to learn is to help each other.
Yes.
Kare akere ka Setswana ba re maboko di nka thusana.
I don't know Tswana.
NgesiZulu bathi izandla ziyagezana.
Oh, okay.
So can you explain the concept of Ubuntu in context with traditional healing?
Okay. Ubuntu in context with traditional healing, it's morely of ukuzehlisa, you know, and being kind to each and every person. Yes, we know there's some people that may take advantage of you, judging based on maybe your appearance or your age, you know. More especially, okay, since I'm a young healer, you know, most of my clientele are old people, so they tend to mhlampe mabafika, they expect to get umuntu omdala but mabafika nje bathole nje awunkosi yami umfananyana gobe le lenyatso le hore o tla re thusa ka eng but once we tap into leso space sami of which is indumba sengijwayele ukuthi okay there's such vele I just I just be kind to them nceda abantu ngenhliziyo evulekile and it's not always about money ukuthi whenever umuntu azofuna usizo kuwe kumele aphope out imali it's important ukulalela nanedlozi lakho noma idlozi laloyo muntu kokunye umuntu nje kumele uke umncede mahala elakhe idlozi kusasa lizobuya likubonge in whichever way likubonga ngayo because not everything is about money lingakulethela maybe for argument's sake amathwasane noma a certain opportunity that might be life changing. So that's how it goes. Just be kind to everyone because umelaphi, your spirit should be pure at all times. You can't be umelaphi ogaya ibozi noma oqalekisa abantu idlozi alihlala emntwini engcolile noma lihlala endaweni engcolile nanesithunywa. That's how it goes also.
Thursday school for spirituality.
Yes.
Like, but school and for spirituality, and it's such a big thing. People just know that it is very important.
Yes.
Humanity goes everywhere into a person to a point that everybody learns everything from different people. But you know what? I'm going to ask us to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to continue Umkhulu and then also hit up our social media pages to see what questions do we actually have from people. So right now, we're just going to go through a few questions, not into a break. Let's not go to a break. Let's just arrive through into our questions. But Mkhulu, Mkhulu,
Shithi sorry.
Sehlana abantu abadala. Sehlani siyabuya. Mabahlehla kancane. So Mkhulu, just before we go into a question, let me ask you this other question. So, how do you work with clients who may be skeptical or unfamiliar with the work that you do?
Okay, in terms of that part, it's just a matter of making that person understand first, Uguti, what is African spirituality, what is Ubunyanga, what is a sangoma, yini purpose is sangoma, what is umporofita, kusebenzeka kanjani. I also look at mhlampe isigo noma isintu sakho, then make you understand from lapho ukuthi okay, if umutswana, okay, from what I know, Batswana reba alafa soli, Mazulu, jalo le Maxhosa and whatnot, So it's just a matter of making that person understand first ngai noma ngemvelaphi yakhe before introduce umsebenzi wakho kuyena ukuthi okay wena ke as that healer when how do you come into play empilweni yakhe ulungisa ini uspecialize ngani because we get clients like that. Uthola umuntu nakazofika endumbeni abe skeptical ukuthi vele lento ozonginika yona izongisebenzela what if ingimoshela into zami nanani. It's just a matter of you as a healer make that person understand first. After lapho reassure that person, even after sekasukile kuwena maybe ayosebenzisa whatever, check up on that client ukuthi okay, is he or she doing things the way instructing ngakhona na. From lapho ke umuntu ugcine sekayehla sekaba comfortable with such, sekagcine nje sekajwayela uzwa sekuye sekathi hayi wait Mkhulu in so
wayipuse vilani ulanza ipisi.
So it's such.
Okay, Mkhulu. So I'm going to go to our social media pages.
Okay.
We have Mpuluke Musinene, Mkhulu Nhlakanipho also sending out some hearts there. And then we also have a question from Dipuo. Dipuo, where can we find Nhlakanipho?
Okay, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Okay, so my TikTok handle it's nipo.bt, Instagram nipo_bt. Then my WhatsApp cell phone numbers are 067-638-5769, strictly for WhatsApp. Then I reside in Protea Glen, extension 13. You can just Google me, guys, right? Nhlakanipho Shabangu all the info will pop up there.
Google me! If you can't find me on social media, just Google me and my name.
Yes.
And boo boo, you will definitely find me and all the social media handles that I have. And then we also have another comment from Rifilo Rasakhanzo. Ara, she start taking my dreams important. Well, the heart over there. And then we also have another comment from Dipuo. Are, thanks Nhlaganipo for this advice, especially about the part you spoke about the peasants calling because the fakers out there.
Yes.
So this is my second last question.
Okay.
So how can a person differentiate between umprofite weqiniso nomprofite wa mang, because as re bua nnete gona no go tletse ba profeta ba bantsi ba maaka,
Yes.
and then leading ngaka tse dingwe tse leng gore ga diri yone neo e leng gore ba rometse yone. So motho wa go aroga wa go bona yang pharologano between motho wa nnete le motho wa maaka?
Okay. Eish. Oh, ngizotrenda smakade. Okay. Okay. Going to umuporofita oweqiniso or ini. Number one, it all starts with ukufila ora yomuntu, man. You can sense if something is off emntwini uze with blah khona into off, you know.
But about that very technical glitch, like batho ba na le mona go re bua ka dilo tse leng gore di a tlhokagala mo botshelong bone ba re Lemaka, but we are back again. So going back to the question that I asked Mkhulu Uguti, how does one distinguish between a fake prophet and ngoba and also a true one?
Okay, so as I've stated, Uguti, number one, it all goes with pick up a spirit somuntu noma ora yomuntu, you know. If something feels off, balega ngenyawo zethu, you know. Two, it's the pricing. Mostly abelaphi bamanga noma abelaphi esiba desperate umuntu sekagcina yenza amanga ukuthi bekaqale ngokusebenza ngokweqiniso, you know. Umuntu uzokucharge ridiculous amounts for uklenza noma even just for a consultation. Hayi nanokuthi uzokunikeza imitho ini ukuthi uyisebenzise. Umuntu azothi hayi maybe for uconsulta kuphela it's like 2,000, you know. Uklenza 7,000 uzozibuza ukuthi hayi kanjani.
And it's all over to that time you don't even have that money. You need help. Umuntu telling it 7K, 2K.
Bese umuntu azokutshela ukuthi hayi no hambo iphanda ubuye maso unayo. Where are we putting ubuntu lapho? Yes, you know, and it also goes with maybe when it comes to cleansings, umuntu uzofuna ukuthatha whatever lo uzocleansa ngayo ayisebenzise. Mhlawumbe sithi for instance kuthiwa uyolahliswa isilwane, athathe that item of clothing lo ugeza ngayo, umuntu athi hayi no uyocedelela ini kanti ubungazi ukuthi no sho ukuthi khona yokukhendla khona esakakubonile ukuthi la ngathi ngizopopa, you know. And for true healers, man, it also goes with pick up ora yomuntu also uyamuzwa man umuntu ukuthi you should feel at home mawungena man esigodlweni senyanga uzothi man la sekhaya ngathi zonke inkinga zami zizophela, you know. And uzwana the way umuntu abeka ngakhona udaba lakhe, you know. That's where it all starts.
That before show no vele ungena uhleka kanjani gogo
throwing a few jokes here and there, you know.
That means that that's the right person. So my last question just before we wrap up is what message or advice would you share to those who are seeking guidance or healing?
Okay, to those that are seeking guidance or healing, I'd say number one, always listen to your ancestors. Listen to your ancestors, listen to your intuition, to God also, you know, because God ukhuluma in various ways, you know. Ngaba amaphupho through science and whatnot, you know. And also believe in yourself. Trust the process that you are in, you know. Pray ukuthi you get umuntu alright ozokwazi ukukhambisa le ndlela. I mean, I mostly recommend abantu abadala futhi, you know, like abogogo nabomkhulu abasebathe ukuguganyana, you know, for like the likes of healing and whatnot, because we youngsters we tend to divert sigcine singasayenzi izinto ezikahle, you know. So just believe in yourself, believe in ithunya zakho, believe in ancestors and God, you know. Konke kuzohamba kulunga.
Alright guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the show and I hope that you also had a wonderful insight. Nomkhulu Nhlakanipho khona manje ngoba sichazela ukuthi spiritual alignment hamba kanjani, ukuthi umuntu wazi kanjani ukuthi uyahamba, fana hamba yothwasa uyephehlweni izinto ezinjalo. But just before we go again, cela sinikeze all his social media handles for abantu ukuthi bazomfuna bathi Mkhulu hayi ngikuzwile, cela uzoconsulta, cela ungibone.
Okay. You can catch me on TikTok. My handle is nipo.bt. Instagram, it's nipo_bt. On YouTube, nipo_bt. Then for WhatsApp, it's 067 638 5769. Then for calls, it's 061 288 4010.
Thank you very much, Mkulu, for coming in and also giving us some wonderful insight. Guys, let's head over for a quick break. And then after that, we're heading over to the topical table with some very interesting news. See you later.
All right, 11 minutes until we hit the 10 o'clock as we are going to conclude the show. And thank you for staying with us. But we still have some more segments we are going to have right here with you. Only two left. If you're a movie lover, do make sure that you stay with us because we're going to suggest very interesting movies with you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And joining us right now, shortly, it's going to be Ubanele with the world of tech. We know that technology is advancing and we need updates each and every day and every week just to know what is going on out there in the world and to also keep you updated on what to do on this newly advanced world of technology. That was Umkhulu Nhlakanipho Shabangu with Afriberry on the spiritual alignment segment, talking more about what to do and how to differentiate between a lot of misconfusion that a lot of people are getting. So I hope you guys got hold of that information and then I saw a comment from Utumza 60 ati Makosi Amakhulu, Makosi Amahle, Makosi Anamandla, Thokoza Mkhulu. Very insightful conversation. Thanks to Afriberry and the Vooka team for bringing us Umkhulu. We need to see more of him. Thank you so much to you guys about commenting and asked questions for Umkhulu. So moving on right on. Right here on the table, we are joined by the one and only Ubanele Mngqi, who is going to, give us more about the world of tech. But Musi, are you still good, my good sir?
My brother, I have been listening to these, wonderful guests that we had today from health and fitness and learning about all things that have to do with, maintaining and keeping a healthy lifestyle. Nokolo spoke about a whole lot of things.
True.
We always learn here on Vooka Breakfast Show, man. It's always about sharing as much information and knowledge as we can. So we try, or this is something that we're going to try and keep doing on a weekly basis.
True.
Trying to bring all our viewers at home, relevant people who can inform and share knowledge and equip us with the necessary information to go on our, with our daily lives. And then we brought it back with Afriberry hanging out with Umkhulu Nhlakanipho. Very insightful, very educational, very informative, man. About taking your dreams seriously, about trying to cleanse your soul and your spirit as often as you can, and not being misled by these false prophets that we have these days, you know. So very, very, very insightful things. And I hope when you're sharing, I'm talking to you. I hope you found it informative, educational, and very insightful, yes sir, and equipping you with the necessary knowledge. So moving right along, like Mweketsi said, that on the table right now we're joined by the one and only Lyric Banele. He's someone who's very, very passionate about all things technology, and last week he shared so much more. Remember, you and I were informed, and we didn't know about what did you call it?
Ecosystems.
The ecosystems, yes, sir. Very, very interesting.
Platforms.
Yeah, man. So, what do you have for us, man? I'm looking forward. I can't wait. What do you have for us today? Welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good to be back. Today is going to be interesting because we're continuing the theme about being healthy, as well as making sure that when using technology, you are keeping, healthy and all of that. So we're going to be talking about, screen time.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is something that all of us maybe struggle with at some point, where you take note of the amount of time that you spend on your screens. And these could be multiple screens. In fact, you've got a smartphone, laptop, later on it's the TV, and so on. But particularly, I want to talk to you guys about something called blue light.
Blue light.
Yeah, blue light.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not the
blue light.
10,111.
No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. So with blue light, our screens emit something called blue light.
Okay.
And with the sunlight, it does have also blue light, because it's part of the color spectrum where you do have blue.
Yeah.
And it's one of the stronger wavelength lights. And what this does is that it keeps your brain awake.
Like Mo mentioned, when we were talking about productivity hacks, that it's very advisable and condoned strongly so to have less cluster around your working space.
Yep.
And try to have as much red and blue in your working space. The two colors, work for different purposes.
100%.
So blue was one of the colors. Yeah.
Yes. So this blue light that your screen emits, what happens is that when it's time for you to fall asleep,
Okay.
you'll find that if you are exposed to a whole lot of blue light, your brain struggles with falling asleep, right? So there's quite a number of cases where people are tossing and turning at night, only to find out that it's because of this blue light that the screen emits. And you might not know it, but it is because of that very light that you are, getting these headaches or finding it hard to fall asleep. Now, not to divert and talk about spirituality, but if you think about creation itself and you think about the sunset, there is those orange colors that one would see when the day is over.
Yes, when the sun is setting.
Yeah, exactly. So the orange colors tell your brain that it's time to wind down, right? So nature has a way of saying, look, it's sunrise, and we are slowly gearing up for the day, and then at noon or during the day, you should be at your peak operating.
Definitely.
And then later on, it's time for you to wind down.
Absolutely.
However, we've got screens, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't mean, not that it doesn't mean, I think, people, when the sun sets, that's when we open our phones, our tablets, and our TVs. So that's more blue light. And hence we struggle to fall asleep, right? So there's been a couple of initiatives that has been introduced in the tech world, more especially from your operating systems like Windows, Mac, your Android, and so on. And there is a feature that allows you to turn down the amount of blue light
that's emitted
on
from
your
the screen.
device.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So typically it will look a little bit orange, but at least that does cut down on the blue light. And when it's time for you to fall asleep, you'll see that you do have an easier time falling asleep, right? So as it stands right now on your smartphones, whether it's Android or iOS, there is a feature, whether it's night light or night shift, but it basically takes away the blue light, and the screen does become a little bit orange, and that can assist in terms of taking away that blue light and also helping your brain to wind down when it's time for you to fall asleep.
I was about to ask that does the brightness setting when you know on our smartphones when you scroll down the notification bar, there's that setting that you can wind down or wind up in terms of the brightness of the screen. So does it also come into play with that? Does it?
Yeah, no,
are the two like associated or related rather?
No, definitely. I mean, with the brightness, it's basically turning up or down the intensity of the colors. So if there is blue light and you turn up the screen, the brightness, you're basically turning up the blue light intensity. But even if you turn it down and you did not reduce the blue light, it's you're still getting blue light, but not in large amounts, right?
I see what you mean.
Yes. So in terms of preserving your eyes and helping your brain as well, this is something that one can look into. I mean, if you've ever been productive in a dark room, as soon as you switch on your laptop or your phone, you've seen that you tend to take it down just so that your eyes can adjust. Exactly. So the same is true here, that at night, try and make sure that the screen brightness isn't too bright.
Oh, wow.
Right? Wow. And another thing as well, because we are talking about, screen time, I get it. I mean, most of us have TVs in our bedrooms.
Yes.
But if the option is there to have a TV in a separate room, at least one needs to be more intentful or purposeful that when I go to a particular room, I'm watching TV.
Yeah.
And if I have to go and fall asleep, then I have to, fall asleep in the bedroom
in a
where the
separate room
TV
where
isn't
the TV,
there.
yeah, where there isn't a TV,
So I got a present from my sister. She bought me one of those blinders that I can put on at night. And it works. It works because imagine if you've got these blinders and you get a notification on your phone. The activity of having to take them off just to peek, just to check, and then put your phone down. You'll do it once, twice, but then the third time you're
After
like, you know what?
I'll see this in the morning. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but let me ask you: is it then a neurological thing that happens in our brain and in our brain waves that certain colors are associated with certain things? Like you mentioned, that nature also has its own way, of alerting us and communicating certain things to us. So, is it a neurological thing that when you are exposed to a whole lot of blue, it activates your brain waves a bit more?
Yeah.
As opposed to when you're exposed to orangish, brownish colors, where now, like you said, nature would tell us that now it's time to. So is it a thing that happens in our brain waves?
Well, I cannot comment on that. But in my own experience, I think it is.
There's an association.
Yeah. Because every one of us, we do have, our own circadian rhythm. And if we disrupt that flow, then you will see that something is wrong. So if you're not getting enough sleep, it's telling you that there's something that's wrong. Well, others can talk about diet and other things, but I just wanted to come through from the use of technology.
I see.
And I'll say this as well, that the CEOs and the founders of, Apple and these major companies, Facebook, their kids don't have tablets. They don't use technology the same way that we do, right? So as much as I am a tech lover, I do think that we should have a limit of how much tech do we
expose
use.
ourselves to.
But if you have to use it at night, then there's also that feature where you can turn down the blue light and also help your brain to wind down when it's time for you to fall asleep.
Yeah, very interesting stuff.
So cut down. Unless you absolutely have to work, but then cut down on tech.
Yeah, on your screen time.
Yeah, cut down on screen time, and if you have to, then cut down on the blue light.
So, but
that's my message.
But does this also include, and not limited to just phones and tablets? Does this include screens, TVs, laptops, things of that sort?
Including your lights.
Yeah.
Including your lights. you would have seen that for a homely setup, for that homely feel, you would tend to go with your earthy colors.
Yes,
You
definitely.
wouldn't want to go with a blue light that's emitting
yeah,
a lot
or
of blue.
red or things like of that
So
sort.
you'd want to get your orange colors, more especially in the bedroom. And nowadays there's these LED lights where
lights, yeah,
people don't
yeah.
switch on lights. They just have these ambient lights, around the room. So yeah.
Very light. Interesting, man, because now we are cutting down on everything, guys. Cut down food, cut down screen time, cut down alcohol. You know. Yeah, but thank you so much, man, for joining us here on the World of Tech, man. We're looking
Absolutely.
forward to having you again next week, man.
Very, very cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're always very informative, Manale. Very informative, and I can't wait for next week Thursday,
Yeah.
where we get to learn about something else.
Yeah,
more,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
and God willing, sometime in the future, we can actually have a nice product in hand physically with us here in the studio, so that you can take us through the functionality and the operations of it. You know,
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Mr. Banele. Mwekezi, man, such amazing stuff. When you're shebeleting, you're reading from wherever you're tuned in from, I hope that you find all of this information that we share with you so informative and equipping you with the necessary, knowledge and for educational purposes, of course. You know, we heard it from Mubane Lokhori. Let's try and cut down on our screen time, from television screens to our phones to our tablets and everything else in between. You know, all these devices that we use and make use of in our day-to-day lives, man. And I have a comment here coming through on YouTube, Mo, from Uneliswa Ngci, saying, "Good morning, Vooka breakfast team. Si Vugile." Such cool stuff. Such cool stuff, man. So we have to let go of Obanele, but you and I are not done for today. You know that we still have to go through all these amazing movies that we have.
To.
Absolutely, I have cool ones today. We're going very biographical today, Mr. P. So I'm looking forward to that. So with that being said, let you and I go grab a glass of water, a cup of coffee, and let's see each other right after this. Let's go pay our bills, and I'll see you after this. Cool stuff.
Vugani, Africa, you guys, I hope you guys are still waking up and, Nvusa abanye abantu, eh?
You are still what?
Still you
Yeah,
guys,
still
still
you
them,
guys.
still them.
We are still here, man,
Yes, sir.
I'm encouraging people to wake up, man. Wake up to good things, wake up to good content, anything that brings you, the adversity, to come in and bring the positive vibes right here on the energetic start of the day. It is Vooka Break Breakfast Show. We had Manele Mni coming here with your world of tech. So what we're gonna do right now before we wrap up, we know that you guys are movie lovers and you would like some recommendations from us. So right here on the table, I have my team just to go through some suggestions and some recommendation in which you guys can find yourself watching movies at home. So let me not waste any time, Musi. I have one interesting Netflix special. A lot of people, this one brought controversy, especially the complexities of modern relationships. Guys,
Talk to me more. What do you have?
Letu and Lucky, guys, they are the main stars. But let me say, Lucky is the main star, right? So what Lucky did on Umjolo, the Gone Girl, by the way, you can get it on Netflix. It's available to watch right now.
Yes, sir.
So Letu is this girl, pushing her career, catering, doing, what girly things do, pushing career, girl, independency, things like that.
Yeah.
Also, Lucky, man, is pushing his things,
Yeah.
from his family. Also, they meet and they decide they date. Everything is going good. But now, Lucky has this thing, man. He cheats, right?
Okay.
While cheating, Letu goes to a doctor, finds out that she has chlamydia. And now she's asking herself, man, where did I get this? It can only be one person, right?
Okay.
When she questions, now it starts to brew, just becoming skeptical about what is Lucky up to,
Yes, sir.
So they meet. They went for a break for some time and say, when I've been cheating on me, and then Lucky decided to say, you know what, Letu, ngifuna ukukushada. I want to marry you, Mfethu. Letu's like, okay. But now Lucky came with this idea that had Mzansi speaking. Lucky's like, I love the idea of ukushada, but thinking of sleeping with one person for the rest of my life, it sounds crazy.
Yes, sir.
Lucky's like, yazi Letu mfethu, mina ngifuna ukushada nawe party. Yazi ngifuna ukulala nabanye abantu. Letu just can't believe, what is this guy saying to me? And Letu tries to do the same thing, but it's not working out because she tried to go and sleep with other people outside the relationship. She couldn't. She couldn't because it's not in her nature. Well, for Lucky, his brother does the same thing. He has been exposed by the whole community for cheating on his wife. So it was a family thing. But what Lucky said, man, it got people speaking. So if you want to know more, man, and see for yourself, guys, Umjolo the Gone Girl is the movie to watch. Available on Netflix. Do make sure to catch it. And you can come back and say, you know what, Mo, I've watched Umjolo the Gone Girl, man.
Yes.
What I saw there, it's absolutely incredible. Because one thing about that film, it humorously explores the complexities of modern relationship, infidelity, and personal growth. So Umjolo the Gone Girl is the movie to watch. By the way, it's a local film right here in South Africa. Mzansi's finest.
I would like to say PG-18, so do not watch Umjolo the Gone Girl with your family, especially when kids are around, because I have seen it and it is, as much as it is a very nice, proudly South African production, and it's actually a trilogy. There's other two more of them that came out also. It's not a movie that is safe to watch around kids. Otherwise, you're going to traumatize the kids.
It has.
So please, as an adult, watch it alone, enjoy it by yourself. Not safe for kids.
Definitely.
Such cool stuff. Molina, I think I haven't seen it. But I've heard people raving about it. When it came out, a lot of people were raving about it and going on about it. Umjolo the Gone Girl is a movie to go sit down and enjoy and indulge in, So I have to go back and watch it. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, especially the fact that now it's like a trilogy. Like Afripere just mentioned that there's 2 more movies that have come out. So I can't wait. So it means this coming weekend I'm gonna be at home binging on all of these movies and see how this guy influences this girl to agree that he can cheat but she can't and stuff like that. I can't wait. So Wanagoka, you know what we do on Thursdays right here on Vooka Breakfast Show. This is a movie Thursday where we give you such great movie recommendations that you can go back at home and watch and enjoy, with a partner, with a friend, maybe with older family members. Of course, like Afri just said, that some of the movies are PG-18 and are not equipped to be viewed by small kids, man. Such amazing stuff, such cool stuff. Mo, I have two more right here.
Okay.
Like I just said to Ubanele, that today I went biographical. The first one that we're doing is the biography of Elvis Presley. Remember yesterday we spoke about Elvis Presley? That on the 5th of March, I think it was, I'm not sure about the year, I can't remember the year very clearly, but Elvis Presley was released from prison. Some time ago. I have it here very quickly.
The King of Rock went to prison.
Not prison, man. Was left to the army. Military conscription, not prison. That was Martha Stewart that I'm thinking about.
Imagine if you went to prison, we would have a bomb.
One thing, man, by watching that Elvis movie, man, that part where the manager comes and,
Tom Hanks.
lists everything,
that they've done for him. So in 1960, on the 5th of March, Elvis Presley gets out of the army, right? Yeah. So he, like I said yesterday, he was someone who was absolutely, completely against military conscription. So they go through this thing in the movie where they show us that, he went to the army, but by force. He was very reluctant as a young man because he was very passionate about music, And so the movie was released in 2022. It's a 2-hour, 40-minute long movie, that stars Austin Butler, Olivia de Jong, Tom Hanks, Luke Bracey, Richard Roxburgh, and Helen Thompson, amongst many others, of course. So such cool movies, such cool stuff, man. It says here, whilst on a mission to transform the mainstream rock and roll culture of the USA, singer Elvis Presley uses his fame to highlight racism within the country of USA. Such cool stuff, man. It says here, Elvis is a 2022 epic biographical drama film co-produced and directed by Baz Luhrmann, yes, who co-wrote the screenplay with Sam Bromell, Craig Pierce, and Jeremy Donner. It chronicles the life of the American rock and roll singer and actor Elvis Presley under the management of Colonel Tom Parker. It stars Austin Butler and Tom Hanks and others, like I mentioned. So Elvis is a biographical film by Elvis Presley, and like I mentioned, so it's a great watch. I truly, absolutely recommend it. I promise you, you're going to have such an amazing time. But more, when I watched the movie, I was actually surprised to find out that Elvis passed on in his 40s.
Yeah,
he was so young, but how no more the
stress that he went through, because he always, when he had to perform, man, he was on this medication.
Yes, he was taking pills.
Yeah, he was taking pills.
One of his last movies, his last performances, he's there by the piano, and you can see that he's so frail, and he can't perform at the level that he used to perform at like 20 years prior. So, but I promise you, Afri, if you haven't watched this one, you need to go. You need to go and watch, the biography of Elvis Presley. Amazing. It showcases the life and times of Elvis Presley, all the ups and downs that he went through. Tom Hanks playing the role of his manager, Colonel Parker. How he cheats him and steals from him and stuff like that, man. And I remember the scene that you're talking about.
I think this movie, the biopic, Elvis Presley, goes to show that artists have been robbed throughout time.
For the longest of times.
Throughout the ages. It's a thing that has been here for a very long time.
For the longest of times,
And it needs to change, man. What else do you have for us, Musi?
So like I said, we're going very biographical today. So the other one that I have here is, a biography of Billie Holiday. The movie is called The United States versus Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday is a singer. Billie Holiday, a singer, rises through the ranks after singing a ballad focusing on the heightening of Black Americans. But she soon, alliteration. But she soon finds herself in trouble with the law enforcement authorities. This movie was released in the year 2021 and is a very great watch as well. I promise you, this one you won't regret as well. The Life and Times of Billie Holiday. The movie is called The United States versus Billie Holiday. So this one also showcases, when Billie Holiday was introduced to the music industry and how she went about, her life as a music artist in the States. It stars Andra Day. As Billie Holiday. She's an amazing, amazing vocalist, man. Amazing, amazing vocalist.
I think one song that still resonates with everybody is Rise Up from her.
Yeah.
She performed with Godi BET Awards and
man, she killed it. Yeah. It stars Andra Day, Travante Rhodes, Miss Lawrence, Tyler James. Tyler James is the one who plays Chris Rock in Everybody Hates Chris. Yeah, very cool stuff, man. And there's other Natasha Lyon. Natasha Lyon is one of the stars in Orange is the New Black. Such cool stuff, man. So this is yeah. So I promise you, if you go watch the United States versus Billie Holiday, you won't regret this one. It says here in 1947, Billie's husband. In 1957, Billie Holiday meets with radio journalist Reginald Lord Devine for an interview. He asks her what it is like to be a colored woman, and about the trouble she keeps getting into because of her hit song Strange Fruit. Billie states that the lyrics are about human rights, something the government often forgets. Such amazing stuff, man. So this one, when I watched, if you're like me and you're not like necessarily like an emotional person, these kinds of movies will really poke at your emotions, and they'll take a stab at you and a jab at your emotions, man. They'll really get you in your feels, and you feel like you're in the story. Like you want to fight for Billie Holiday, you want to fight for Elvis Presley, man. So the United States versus Billie Holiday is an amazing, amazing watch, and so I absolutely vouch for these movies. You will not regret, I promise. And if you're someone who's into music and learning about all these big stars that we've had in the music industry, these are two of the movies that you can go and check out. Yes, sir.
Definitely, guys. Umjolo, the Gone Girl, Billie versus United States, and also Elvis are the movies that you need to go look out for this weekend. It's quarter to weekend, guys.
Yes.
So do make sure that you fix yourself, because for the weekend, man, you need to prepare, guys. It's okay. On a Sunday, I watch this movie. Sunday, I chill with the guys, and watch movies. And have some good time. So that's what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So in conclusion, guys, thank you so much for being with us right here on the show. We are going to come back yet again tomorrow, 7 a.m. up until 10 a.m. It is a Friday. You know when it's about to end. It's about to start, man. You know it's about to start. So from me, Muketi Maiman, a.k.a. Max for maximum temperature, the son of Mother Nature. Generator. I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe and be kind to yourself.
I love it, man. Afri
And for me, Afri also known as Miss Berry Blaze, but with the darker the berry, the sweeter than tun tun. Imnanti mamya mamam shopilek the katekin but maraloko fambana me. Where taikomaka se, iso wanambane.
Such cool stuff, man. This is what we do on a daily basis, weekdays, Monday to Friday, right here on Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blimco Network. Hanging out with us, the one and only, or rather hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I'm actually an international musician, right from the city of Dobsanton. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof. And I couldn't have been happier to be in your company. Let's see each other once again tomorrow tomorrow morning right here on Vooka Breakfast Show. That's the hashtag to use across all our social media platforms. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the necessary things so that you and I, and of course the rest of the team, can engage, comment, and interact, and communicate, man. Hit us up across all our social media platforms. Myself and the rest of the team will see you tomorrow
definitely,
morning.
man. Shout out
this
to
is
the rest
of the team. Yeah, this is what we do right here, man.
Change the scene right there. Shout out to TC, shout out to Shimi, shout out to B, shout out to the one and only right there.
Lyric
man,
yes,
on the team.
Shout out to Cats on technicals, man, doing the things.
Shout out, team. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow morning, guys. Cool stuff. Cheers, man.
Show yourself, man.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Cool stuff.
All right.
This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my TC Shabanana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TC Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, away from school,
yes,
right?
Yes,
I'm gonna give you your daily update, so do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.